quick content note here before we begin this episode of What Am I Rolling? This episode's one-shot, Savage Worlds Adventure Edition, has a zombie-inspired storyline with mature horror themes and dark humour. Specific content warnings for this game include severe and graphic bodily harm to a player character, sudden death and betrayal of player characters, harm to animals and young adults, gun and weapon violence, explosions, and of course, zombies. So, if you're not in the right headspace just now, please feel free to stop listening and come back if or when you're ready. Thanks again, and stay safe, my friends. Hello, and welcome to What Am I Rolling? A twice-monthly RPG one-shot podcast, hosted by me, Fiona. This is part 2 of our Savage Worlds Adventure Edition one-shot, so make sure you listen to the first part before continuing on with this episode. Zach does an amazing job of guiding us through Savage Worlds, with Pip being on hand to clarify rules here and there, so I won't dwell too much on the mechanics or go into a lot of detail here as we go through a lot of the nitty-gritty rules as we play. But in case you need a quick primer before we jump in, here are the key things to note about Savage Worlds. To make a trait roll, a player simply rolls the die assigned to that particular skill or trait which has been asked for. If the result is 4 or better, the action is called a hit. It is successful. For example, if a character's strength is a d6, they'll roll a 6-sided dice, and on a 4 or better, they succeed on their action. If the highest possible number on a die is rolled, so a 4 on a d4, a 6 on a d6, an 8 on a d8, etc., the die explodes and the player rolls it again and adds a new result to the current total. The player can keep rolling their die until it does not explode. In Savage Worlds, player characters, unique allies, villains, and monsters are collectively called wildcards. Wildcards have 2 special abilities in the game. Firstly, they can take 3 wounds before being incapacitated, and secondly, they roll a wild die, usually a d6, along with their trait die when making rolls, and take the highest of the 2 as their final result. Every 4 points over the target number is called a raise. So, an 8 would be a hit and a raise, 12 would be a hit and 2 raises, and so on. A single raise always provides an additional effect of some sort, whether it's bonus damage when attacking or a benefit determined by the GM for other rolls. A critical failure occurs when a wild card rolls double ones, snake eyes, on both of their dice during a trait roll. The attempt automatically fails and something bad happens. Critical failures cannot be re-rolled, even with the help of bennies. Players start each game session with 3 bennies, tokens that signify a bit of good luck or fate. They can be spent at any appropriate time and for a whole range of benefits, such as re-rolling a trait check that doesn't show snake eyes, recover from being shaken, soak rolls, draw a new initiative card, re-roll damage, and so on. The Game Master also gets bennies at the start of each game session, 1 for each player character, and these can be used for any of their characters, including extras. The combat action in Savage Worlds is fast and furious, so to help the Game Master keep a track of who goes in what order and add a little randomness to the game, the system uses a single deck of playing cards with both jokers left in to determine everyone's initiative order. At the start of each round, the GM will deal each wild card a single action card, plus any additional cards for edges, as well as a card for any extras or GM wildcards, grouping folks together as they see fit. Once the cards are dealt, the Game Master starts the round by counting down from Ace, which counts as high, all the way to 2, with each group resolving its actions when their card comes up. Ties are resolved by suit order: spades, hearts, diamonds, and clubs. Characters with a joker act whenever they want in the round, even interrupting another person's action. They also get to add a +2 to all trait and damage rolls for that round as well. And on top of that, when a player character draws a joker during combat, all player characters receive a Benny. However, anytime the villains draw a joker, the GM puts one Benny in their general pool and gives another to each enemy wildcard. The GM must shuffle the deck back together after any round in which the joker was dealt. Finally, a couple of things to note, especially when it comes to attacks during combat. The target number to hit an opponent with a melee attack is equal to the opponent's parry score, which is 2 plus their fighting skill die type. Range attacks can still have a base target number of 4, though there may be modifiers due to distance. After a successful hit, melee or range, the attacker will roll damage and compare the result to the opponent's toughness score, which is 2 plus half of their vigor die type, plus any armour that they might be wearing. If the damage is less than the target's toughness, the victim is beaten up a bit, but there's no game effect. If damage is equal to or greater than their toughness, then that character is shaken, and each raise on the damage roll will also inflict a wound. Now remember, wildcards can only take 3 wounds, but extras can only take 1. Shaken characters are nicked, bruised, or otherwise rattled. At the start of their turn, shaken characters must attempt to recover from their shaken condition by making a spirit roll. If they succeed, they will be able to perform full actions on their turn. They can always spend a Benny to automatically unshake, if they have one, that is. A massive thank you to Zach from Realms of Peril and Glory for running this wonderful game of Savage Worlds. He put together this particular setting just for this series, and I am truly grateful for it. It just shows how great Savage Worlds is as a system for creating your own home stories and campaigns. Realms of Peril and Glory is an actual play podcast of big laughs and big heart. They jump from one setting to another and devour as many game systems as they can get their hands on. Realms is packed with gorgeous original music and glorious sound design that sweeps up listeners into stories of their incredible cast. Check out Realms of Peril and Glory on their website, realmspod.com, or wherever you listen to podcasts. One last thing before we begin. Naturally, there are times in this one-shot where the players and myself, mostly myself, get the rules wrong or forget something plot-wise. Whilst we always endeavour to stick to the rules wherever possible, at the end of the day, we all make mistakes, and what matters most is that everyone enjoys themselves. Well, with all that out of the way, let's get back to Savage Worlds Adventure Edition.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to What Am I Rolling? This is a wonderful podcast where you can learn all sorts of different role-playing game systems, but I'm not your usual host for the day. Fiona is here instead as a player.
I'm just like, that is my chair.
It says Fiona on the top. It's a throne. Get off it.
Thanks for warming it up for me, Fiona.
Oh, Zach is Fiona now.
Mutiny.
Yes. Stab.
Yeah, it's as if you need more work.
Yeah. I really need another podcast. Thanks, Fiona. I'm here with 5 incredible players, one of which you've already heard from and know and love. It's Fiona, who will tell you now a little bit about her character that she will be playing today.
Yes, hello. My name is Fiona, a she, her pronouns, and today I am playing the Reverend or Pastor Reeve Thompson, he, they, a weed of a man who has probably lost his faith, but is keeping up the pretense so that everyone else just believes in him in some way, because that's all he has in this new scary world.
Jess Jewel!
What up? Hi, I am Jess Jewel. I am she, he, they, any, do not care. Today I will be playing Stacey. She's badass. She's got muscles and not much else. That's pretty much her real life.
Pip Gladwin.
Hello, I'm Pip Gladwin, he, him, and I am going to be playing Bud McAllister. He is an elderly mechanic and delusional about certain things that might come up in the game and haven't yet. We'll see.
Wonderful. Liv Kennedy.
Hello, I'm Liv. I use she, her pronouns, and I am playing Hope. right now, hopefully for the foreseeable.
I'm playing Hope right now.
Who uses she, her pronouns, and she's hot and can jump about. That's literally, so many of my characters are hot and can jump. Oh.
We've made 2 hot women and 3 weird little dudes. That's our characters. Yeah.
What an apocalypse.
You speak for yourself.
I feel like we're really learning something about Liv here. Like Liv is also learning something about herself. She's like, I really just want to be a hot woman who can jump.
Honestly, no, I did already know this about myself. But, my second character changes it up, but maybe I should have led with that character instead.
No. I think you made a great choice.
Agree.
Liz Campbell.
Hi, I'm Liz Campbell, she, her, and today I'm playing Richie Sikorsky, one of the long-standing runners of this here settlement at Tom's Creek.
So like a hot guy who can run.
Except for kind of like late 40s, wiry
Okay.
man.
He's a DILF who can run. I love this.
Okay,
Let's go.
The running DILF, yeah, thanks.
The running DILF.
The
running off the DILF. My favorite event.
Incredible. We are playing Savage Worlds Adventure Edition, which, like I said last time, is one of those systems that purports to do just about anything. Mileage may vary. I like it, though. It's quite good. The reason that I chose to do a zombie survival setting with this game is because this system is incredibly swingy. This game uses all the polyhedral dice you can get your hands on, except the D20, where if you roll the largest number on that dice, it explodes and you get to roll it again and add together the results. That includes with the enemies. The enemies can roll ridiculous numbers on you. You are all wild cards, essentially the protagonists of this world, which means no matter what your die is that you're rolling, you get to add a d6 as well, which can potentially explode, which represents your special place in the narrative as the protagonists. There are also wild cards out in the world who aren't you, who don't necessarily face the same direction on the moral alignment as you, but, we'll get to those later.
Right.
Last we left off, you were all in Tom's Creek. We introduced all these different characters. We also kind of hinted at a lot of the backup characters that may or may not come into play during the course of the remaining episodes. There were little hints that things weren't quite right here at Tom's Creek. There was an implication that something has disturbed the dead in the region. There was a walkie-talkie discovered by one of the foraging groups that belongs to a faction called the Reapers, who are in the area, but generally speaking don't seem to be they kind of tend to keep to themselves. Bud definitely chose to speak into that walkie-talkie and heard a voice that wasn't mine coming out of it. There was a visitor to Tom's Creek called Eunice, who was dressed in the garb of a Catholic/Christian priest. I don't know that much about religion. Maybe I should have read it up. Whoops. Certainly a religious man of some Western ilk. And he was visiting from Uniontown down south, which is one of the newer factions that has popped up, and is possibly discussing collaborating with these 7 settlements, Tom Creek being one of the 7 settlements in the region, to possibly exchange goods, etc., etc. However, one of you, Hope specifically, noticed a quite heated argument between Eunice and the leader of Tom's Creek, Old Otto, who told you to follow, to make sure this gentleman leaves Tom's Creek. You very faithfully went out and followed him into the wilderness to make sure that see where he was going. It being pointedly a bit odd that this man came with no support, seemed to be traveling on his own, traveled quite a long way, and is just walking into the wilderness on his own. Pointedly strange. But, we'll go from there. I think that's pretty much everything that we've got so far. I think everyone's feeling a little bit tense. Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention, there was also an explosion.
Oh, yeah.
There was also...
Yeah, we had definitely forgotten that.
I forgot about that. There was an explosion at the end of the episode, which is where we ended things. There was some kind of fireball that erupted in Tom's Creek. And I think from there, we'll jump right back into things.
Right.
On the outskirts of Tom's Creek, with your colleague Kilani, Hope, you are following a man called Eunice. Could you do me a favor and roll? I'm going to say you have a couple options. You can choose to roll a stealth to remain unseen. Would you like to do that?
I would love to do that, yes, and I will urge Kalani to do the same, if possible. I rolled a 9 on my D10, which is great, but I rolled a 6 on my D6, so I rolled that again.
Roll that again.
Okay, so that is a 5 on the D6, so that's 11.
11. So that is a hit and a raise. Let me just do a notice roll to see if this individual spots you. Let me see here.
You good at noticing, father? Papa?
No.
Good.
So you very easily, knowing this area, find little pockets of darkness and shadow. It's also getting late in the day. The sun is just about setting. And you follow this man. And as you do, you hear a flick of a lighter. And a little flame start to glow in the distance as a piece of fabric is illuminated, lit aflame on what you realize is a Molotov cocktail.
Yeah.
And he hucks it, not towards Tom's Creek, but into the forest. It sails across. As you watch its trajectory, it's suddenly obscured by something that is shrouded in the darkness of the night in the forest. You should have seen it hit the ground, and as it does, and it bursts into flames, you realize what it is. There is an enormous horde of the dead that is suddenly engulfed in the flames of this Molotov cocktail.
Uh-oh.
I'd like you to roll me a quick notice roll, please.
Shit, I mean, I think I noticed that, but
No, you definitely noticed that. I'm just curious if you noticed something else.
I rolled a 6.
You rolled a
and
6?
Then 2, so 8.
8, excellent. So that's a hit and a raise. You hear the father, Eunice, pull out a walkie-talkie from his robes.
So, Zach,
Mm-hmm.
one of my hindrances is that I'm impulsive.
Yes. Hindrances.
Can I please run up and tackle the father, if you wouldn't mind?
Hell yeah.
Oh, hot damn.
Yeah, I'll let you do that. Roll me a fighting check.
All right.
What is your
fighting.
dice?
My dice is a D10 for fighting.
Great, better than his.
Can I throw some bullshit in here potentially,
Yes.
Zach? I'd just like to. Does Eunice know that Hope is coming?
No, I suppose he doesn't.
Because if he does not, there is a thing in Savage Worlds called having the drop on someone.
Excellent.
Which I believe gives you a +2 to your attack and your damage on this person if you're trying to
Great.
do harm.
Okay,
also.
great. You're just attempting to take him to the ground, not necessarily injure him. Is that right?
Yes, and I would love to try and wrestle that walkie-talkie away.
Okay, great. Let's see how well you do. I think if you beat him by a raise, so if you're one raise higher than where he succeeds, you can have the walkie-talkie.
Okay. So rolled poorly on my D10, got a 5 on my D6, so I guess that would be a 7 total, right? If I have the drop.
That would be correct. That's a hit, but no raise.
Okay.
He also gets a hit and no raise. You take him to the ground, you wrestle him down, but he is able to get off last words into the walkie-talkie that says, "It's a go."
Oh. I kick the walkie-talkie away, then I'm like, "Hey, Father, what are you up to?"
You tackle this man to the ground.
Hey.
As you say that, as you've tackled him to the ground, you hear a boom behind you from where Tom's Creek is, as some kind of incendiary explosive has gone off in the distance.
Okay, I'm going to turn back to Khalil. I'm going to be like,
Kailani.
Oh, Kalani. Oh, yeah. Kalani. And just be like, okay, we've been compromised.
Okay.
Father Eunice has done this. Please tell Otto and tell him that people are, more are coming. Invaders are coming. Something bad is coming. Go.
And she runs. She starts running. As she starts running, you hear the dead start to move. It's an enormous sound, whereas previously these were just static. They weren't going for anything. There has now been an enormous sound and light in the distance, which is attracting them massively. They're screaming, they're shouting from Tom's Creek. The dead are coming. What are you doing in this moment? Because they're gonna run. They're gonna come over you if you don't move soon.
Yeah. Because I'm stubborn, just also a hindrance of mine. I am going to I'm going to turn his head to look at the horde, and I'm going to say, "But you're planning on running away around about now, huh?"
Yeah.
Oh wow, how's that working out for you? Maybe you should stick around and see the consequences of your actions play out, huh? How about that? And I'm going to grab the walkie-talkie, and I'll try and drag him with me,
Great.
back to the compound.
We're going to enter initiative here for you specifically in this moment to see if he gets away, and for the zombies to see if they get to you. I'm going to say right now the zombies are 2 rounds away from you. I've already pre-shuffled. You've got a king of clubs.
Ooh, that's good, right?
Excellent.
Cool.
He has got a king of spades.
Oh my god. Oh, is that higher or lower?
Which is higher.
Oh, you nasty man.
The zombies have a 6 of spades.
Zach, for my own zombie nerd interest, are these shuffly zombies, or are these
runners?
Are these sprinters?
They vary,
Okay.
right? If they have extreme stimuli, they can be sprinters if they need to be.
Like right now. Yeah.
Like right now.
Yeah, just good to know. Just
Just get to know.
you know.
Good.
Incredible. Hope. You are second here. He is going to roll a fighting check. Pip, can you tell me what is the damage on just an unarmed punch? Is it your strength?
I want to say it's your strength, yeah.
That would make sense to me.
Yeah, it would be. So melee attack is your strength die plus your weapon die usually. So I guess you'd remove the weapon die from that and just use the strength.
Excellent. What is your parry, Hope?
My parry is 7.
He tries to punch at you, tries to clock you in the face, but you are able to successfully get out of the way of that punch as he is fighting to get out from underneath you. Actually, what am I talking about? He has bennies.
No.
He's going to roll
He has
that again.
No.
You do.
How many
You do.
does it?
Zach has a Benny for each one of us.
He does do worse.
He does worse. Cool.
I might have him use another one.
Do it. Fine. Use
He's
it
got
Benny.
3.
Do it.
Yes, we want him to not have any.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that is worse again, and I will not have him spend his third.
Sucks to sucks, Eunice.
What, is he a coward?
You are up.
Back down.
It is your turn. What are you doing?
Okay, I am going to. No, you know what? He's going to slow me down. Absolutely not. But then we need to know what is happening, what he's done. Okay, fine. I'm going to try and pick him up and drag him back towards the compound.
Okay, great.
Like, hey, you're going to want to get away from the zombies, right? Come with me. Come on. Let's go.
You're trying to pick him up and have him voluntarily move back. He's absolutely not going. If you're picking him up and hog tying him, or like
That's going to take too long.
putting him over your shoulder, you can do that, but he will not come with you voluntarily.
Yeah. I'll try for this one round to pick him up and drag him.
Do you know what? I'll let you roll me a persuasion here, which is based on your spirit. Do you have persuasion?
I do have persuasion, in fact. Yes.
Great. Roll me
And
persuasion.
I have a +2 because I'm really hot.
Come with me if you want to live.
Yeah. Turning
with
our
mommy.
enemies on side.
Oh, God. Okay, so that's 2d6s then, I guess. Cool. All right, 5 + 2 is 7.
7, so a hit. I think what do you say that reasonably convinces him to move with you somewhat now?
I'm going to say, you didn't get the head start you wanted, so I think this is the only option. Come with me if you would like to live.
Seeing you let him up, at least for now, will attempt to go in the same direction as you. This is an unwary piece. This is not an alliance that has happened now. You run. That's the end of your turn?
Yeah, running as fast as I can. And I also, because I'm a free runner, I'm really good at running. So
Great.
Yeah, just good at running.
I would like you to roll me in athletics to not fall over in the dark.
Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. What is my athletics again? It's high, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, no, that's my wrong character. Ha ha ha. There we go. That's much better, much better. Oh, no. I'm going to use a Benny
Yeah.
That's what
to
the for.
re-roll my D12. Actually, do I get to re-roll both of them?
You get to re-roll both.
That's good to know. That's better. Yeah, that's an 8 for athletics.
Great. That's a hit and a raise. You successfully not only keep the pace between you and the zombies, you exceed it. They are now 3 turns away from you. They're now going to take their turn and move to 2. Oh, actually, no. They're still 3 away from you. You move 2. So that goes from you being 2 turns away to 4 turns away. They move 1 turn up. Okay, so they are 3 turns away from you now. The rest of you. You hear an explosion and you hear screaming. All of you rush out into the town square, and I would like you to make me a notice roll.
All right.
Explodes.
Oh, that explodes.
Do I put these back into the deck and shuffle them?
If combat or initiative is continuing, have a discard pile. Because if a joker comes up, the whole
Good
deck
point.
gets reshuffled after the round that used
Great.
the joker.
What did everyone hit?
Hit and a raise.
Hit and a raise. 10.
11, so hit raise also.
Hit raise.
Not gonna lie, I don't know what hit raises means at this point, but
8 is a hit and a raise. 12 is a hit and 2 raises.
It's by multiples of 4, so you
Yes,
need
how
to hit
many
a 4 to
fours you've
basically
got,
succeed.
basically.
And then
Yes.
any additional multiplier of 4 is a raise. So
Yeah.
it's 4. I've written down just, you may wish to do this as well because I find it really helpful.
Yeah.
4, 8, 12, 16, 20 for how many raises I might have.
okay then.
So I
4
don't have to do
raises at 18.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
Stacy.
D12 exploded and then another 6 on top.
Damn, that's amazing.
Incredible.
I got a 2, so I
Okay,
didn't see
great.
anything.
You got a 2. Incredible. With that 2,
Oh God, it's not snake eyes.
we'll
but
come
even
back to
so.
that.
Yeah,
We'll come back to that. Don't worry. Richie and Bud, you walk out and you see chaos. You see flame. You see that the walls of Tom's Creek are mostly made of wood. Some of that seems to have been blown open and it is beginning to burn. That fire is catching throughout Tom's Creek and people are scattering. People are screaming and running. Stacy, you see old Otto, and he is dead. And he is also about to attack Reed.
Wait, what?
You
Wait,
see old
shit.
Otto,
Oh
he's a
my
zombie,
God.
Oh.
has been
it's-
turned into a zombie, and is now about to attack Reed.
Oh God! Oh no! So Stacy was watching Binlid, and then
Yes.
saw the explosion happen.
Yes.
And now all of a sudden, what's happening in front of her is the coach. No, and she is going to run and grab the axe that she was using before and go for Otto.
Incredible. We are going to enter initiative again now.
Okay.
Separate initiative to before. We'll go back and forth between the two until they merge. And we're going to say, Reed, you have the 9 of hearts.
Oh, yeah.
Richie, you have the Queen of Spades.
Damn.
nice.
Very nice.
Stacy, you have the 2 of clubs.
Oh, that's so low.
I'm going to give you the drop on that because you rolled so well. So that I'm going to give you an additional turn. I don't know if there's rules in that for that, Pip. You can
Seems
tell me
fair.
if there's a kosher way of doing that. But
You could just have Stacey take a turn before the initiative order actually starts.
that's what we'll do.
Yeah.
We'll enter this initiative after you get a turn.
Right.
And I have to apologize to Liv for this. The drop gives you a +4 to your attack and your damage.
Nice.
Which
Oh, that's fun. I
would have
mean-
changed things in that previous scene, but
is what
we move
is.
on. We live.
We've
we
already
learn.
done it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
An ace for Bud.
Is that high or
Ooh.
low?
Ace is high.
Ah,
Ace
Oh,
is
nice,
high.
okay.
So that means we have an order of Bud, then Richie, then Reed,
Yeah.
Then-
Hearts, yeah.
Stacy. We're now going to draw for all zombies that are in the area and Otto.
Oh my God.
Otto has the 6 of hearts,
Okay.
so is going to go after
After.
Reed.
Oh my God.
We need to find
Oh,
another
that's good.
place to roll these out.
good luck, Reverend.
Did we say no swears? Because I do want to swear a bunch.
No, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, swears.
Fine,
Wonderful.
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck it.
All the zombies in the area, are on a 5 of spades.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. We're going to start with that turn, Stacy. You're going for Otto with the shovel.
With
Or with the axe.
Axe.
Big ol'
with the
axe.
axe, yeah. So
Yes.
Axe.
Stacey's assessed. She sort of had, watching the fire sort of flare up, she knew something was wrong and then clocked, I'd like to say, Otto and Reed, with all of that suddenly happening out the corner of her eye. And she's sort
Yes.
of looked back at Eli and been like, Eli, go get Kevin.
All right.
And runs forward back towards the stump, which isn't too far away from where Reed and Otto are, grabs that great axe, runs forward, and just is gonna bring it down and try and hit Otto in the head.
Roll me the fighting, I believe. Is that right? Fighting.
This is also a cool shot to the head, I believe.
I don't believe called shots apply to melee.
attacks?
Is that
I
right?
think they do.
Oh, do they? Great. Well, then if you think they do,
Says
then they
weapon.
do. This is a called shot, so this is with a -4.
With a -4. Makes it
If you're
hard.
going for the head,
Wow.
It's harder to hit, but does
Oh,
more
yeah.
I'm
damage.
just
Sure.
double checking my ability. So I have Mighty Blow,
yes.
which I think allows me an additional D8 on a hit.
Great.
So that is a 10 on the die. And wild card explodes, or the wild dice explodes
Nice.
on a 6 to a 2. So 8 or 10. I'll take the 10.
A 10 absolutely hits, yes.
Nice.
Phenomenal.
Roll me damage, please. He has a toughness of 7. So
Okay.
you need to exceed that, basically, by 4.
So the battle axe is strength plus D8.
Oh.
And my strength is a D10.
Okay.
Did Stacy hit with a raise?
Yes.
Then
Yes.
that means Stacy gets an extra
Additional.
D6 of damage.
Great.
Oh. I like that. Here we go.
Just the
So I'm
one.
just adding these up, or is it just the highest?
You're adding up for damage, and also all
beautiful.
these dice can explode.
Because you got the
Okay.
drop isn't another 4 on top.
Was it full drop, Zach, or was it more just you get to go early?
I think just because Stacy
Yeah,
rolled
it wasn't
so
like a
high,
stealth
it was
attack.
an extra
Alright.
turn.
Gotcha.
That is a total of 14.
You have doubled his toughness. Tell me how gruesome this hit is. So that is a hit, a raise, and another. Yeah, dead.
Whew.
So she is going to run forward. The axe just almost catapults over her shoulder, and she screams, "Reed, get down!" and just slaps it just into Otto's neck. There is like a mild hesitation as she realizes, like, this is Otto. This is our leader. This is the guy she's looked up to for years.
Mm-hmm.
But that melts away when she realizes someone else is in danger, and she just cleaves his head straight off.
Incredible. Now I do say dead. Pip.
Full stop, right? Full stop.
Soak rolls. How they work?
Shit.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. For your little guy.
He's a wild card zombie, you see.
Ah, okay. Well, if he only
One of
took
those
2
ones.
wounds, Zach, then he's not down. He's not down. Because it would take 3 wounds to drop a wild card.
I have specifically ruled that the wild card zombies, because they're zombies, will only have 2 wounds.
I like that. It's like they sacrificed 1 level of wounds by being back from
Dead.
the dead, right?
Yes.
Like
Yes.
that makes. I like that a lot, actually.
But I would like to attempt to soak.
So, in order to soak, Zach, I'm glad you asked. To make a soak roll, you're rolling with your vigor. You
Yep.
spend a Benny. You must spend a Benny to soak. It's the only
Yep,
way you can
I
soak.
am
It costs a
spending
Benny. You make a vigor check, and then a hit will remove a wound. A hit raise will remove another wound, and a full, like, if you then go further than that, you are unshaken, because shaken is sort of the like base condition where you haven't taken damage.
That is a hit,
so-
which means, Stacy, you watch as your axe sinks into Otto's neck, but because he is so fresh of a zombie, you still were not strong enough to cleave through.
Oh, God damn it. Shocking.
We're gonna go to the ace of Bud.
I'm just going to interrupt quickly because I now have read my character sheet properly. So I do have a hindrance called hesitant, which means I draw 2 action cards and take the lower one.
So you got a 9.
Surely can't get lower. You drew a 2.
Stacy drew 2.
Oh,
Reed drew a 9.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, baby doll.
You could also get a lower suit of 2,
Yeah, true.
which would put you below any other 2s in the turn.
Yes, I could be last.
Apologies, I assumed your failures were complete, but please go on.
Never
no.
complete.
Join me down the bottom, babes. It's fine, Danny.
Come on, Reed.
Unfortunately, you drew a 6 of diamonds, which means you go after Otto.
Oh gosh.
That's amazing. Cool. I just wanted to just clarify that because I was like, oh, that's
So fair.
No,
quite relevant.
that's exactly right. Thank you for claiming it, and look at that lovely thing. We're gonna go to the ace that is Bud.
Okay, good. Awesome. Okay. I think Bud was on his way to speak to Richie when whatever happened. Set the scene for me, Zach, because I'm aware as a player that a Molotov cocktail was used out in the woods, but
Yes.
as you've described, the walls have exploded.
Yes.
What?
2 separate things.
One happened, then the other, I'm guessing.
Correct.
Okay. Looking through the sort of exploded hole in the wall, what can I see? Can I see anything?
Roll me notice.
Yep.
Pip, I always love you because you always have the same questions as me.
6 explodes. 7, 8, 9, please.
9.
So that's a hit raise.
You see as the walls are burning, exploding, and quickly catching and falling, what you see is a fire, not close by, but in the distance. And with, what was that, a hit and a raise?
Hit raise, yeah.
I think you see probably like 100 feet, maybe like 100 yards, let's say, away from you, is Hope and some reverend-looking person running towards the camp.
Do I see Bud as I'm running?
Roll me a notice.
4. No, wait.
4.
Oh, no, wait, because 1 is a D4 and it explodes.
Yeah.
5.
Great. 5. Great. I think with a hit raise, yeah, I think you see. Well, I think what you really see is you see the walls of Tom's Creek burning, and not so much Bud specifically through the haze. I'm gonna take this as a great opportunity to redeal your initiative, and I'm gonna treat these as 2 separate initiative tracks. Okay. You get an 8 of spades,
Okay.
Ooh, hi.
and the
Sound good?
Reverend
Okay, cool.
gets a joker.
Oh, fuck. Oh, that bitch.
Pip, you're going to be much more eloquent
Yeah, for
than
the
me in
audience,
explaining
not me,
this.
but for the audience, what does
Can
that
you
mean?
tell me what that means?
Well, when we get a Joker, so one of us were to draw a Joker, everyone in the party, excluding Zach, would get a Benny, which is nice. And then that person who drew that Joker has, I believe, +2 to everything for the whole round. And also gets to go whenever they want. And that includes literally interrupting the GM or other players to just be like, no, I think actually I go right now. So I guess for Zach, that means the same, but the other way around. So Zach, I guess get a Benny for your horrible, awful zombies and bad people.
Thank you.
Go whenever you want with +2s. Also, this is a great opportunity to redeal the initiative because the Joker reshuffles the whole deck.
Yeah.
What a good point. Well, I was treating these as 2 separate initiative tracks.
Great.
Fine.
Okay.
So
Well,
I get to go again.
No. I'm treating these as 2 separate initiative tracks for narrative reasons. Because these are, just for narrative reasons, I know that's not strictly the rules.
No, you do.
Take
But
time.
I think this
They're more
makes
like
sense for me
guidelines.
and helps me keep this in line. Because this is a lot of logistics. For Joker, so let's see what happens here. I need that, and I need that.
You don't need nothing.
Zach seems happy, and I just like that.
Yeah.
What is your parry, Olivia?
7.
7.
Yes.
That is a hit. Oh no, it is a raise with his +2.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So he hits you. He is going to roll. What is your toughness?
6. Is he gonna kill me?
He gets a hit and a raise as he slashes down on you with a machete up your back. Am I right in thinking that's a wound? Right, Pip?
And shaken.
Hit and raise on
Shaken
toughness.
and he's taken a wound, yeah.
Shaken. You are now shaken, and you have a 1 wound of the 3 that you can take.
So sick. Great.
Now would be the time to soak damage.
Yeah, I'll try and do that.
Use a Benny.
As it comes in is when you have to do it.
Yeah, I'll try and do that. What do I do?
So you spend a Benny. It's going to cost you a Benny.
Yeah. 1.
And then you make a vigor check.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. So cool. Fine. Okay. That is 11.
11. Incredible. So that that wipes
That
all
clears
of
the
them.
whole thing. Not shaken, not wounded.
How do you avoid that hit, essentially? How do you see that coming and with your inimitable luck as a wild card deflect it?
Hope has lived her entire life not trusting anyone, and especially not the people who mean her harm. So noticing that he's kind of dropped back a little bit to kind of like get behind her, she immediately swings back, and as he goes to get her, she dodges it and then grabs him by the back of the neck like, nope, you in front, let's go, mister. And
It's your turn. Are you just running on your turn?
yeah, I need to, you know what? Yeah, I need to run as fast as I can and warn people of what's coming, actually.
Yes.
That's the most important thing. So I'm going to, right now, I don't care what happens to this guy. Either he can run and get into the settlement, or he
Great.
has to run back towards the zombie. So I think I'm good for now. So I'm going to run as fast as I can
Great.
into the compound.
I will say with this turn you get into the compound. Bud, that is what you see. You see a failed attack from this reverend as Hope, one of the guards of the settlement, arrives at the burning walls. What are you doing with your turn?
I think Bud's just so the walls are burning. Bud doesn't entirely know what's happening, and also I haven't seen the horde yet. So as far as Bud's concerned, we need to put this fire out.
It's a free action to speak, right?
It is a free action to speak. You may yell.
Horde coming! Horde!
Helpful.
Get out!
Horse? There's horse coming.
It's a different bell.
No, Stacey! Different bell.
Incredible. Bud, what are you doing on that turn?
Bud's just gonna shout like, "Somebody bring some water! Get this fire put out!" And I'll patch that hole up, but that's gonna take way too long. Yeah, there are other people here. Do I know what's happening with Reed and Stacy? Have I noticed that there is a zombie inside our home?
I think it's reasonable for you to have seen that Otto is attacking and being attacked by Stacy and Reed.
Okay. Yeah, I'll make a dumb move. Bud is gonna I don't think he's gone super far from his little yard. He's gonna shuffle away from the hole in the wall. He's gonna, if you'll allow it, Zach, he's gonna lean over the fence to his little yard, come up and around with a crossbow, and like pull it tight into his shoulder, aim, and like, really like real scrunched like old man face, like one eye closed, looking down the sight, and is going to attempt to shoot Otto in the head.
Incredible. Called shot. D -4.
Yes, I'm gonna have to roll so high. I'm gonna have to explode bunches in order to do this. Okay.
Don't shoot Reed.
That'll be great, though.
All right.
But it would be funny.
It would be so funny, like Otto talking about, sit down, young man, and then it's like, actually.
Actually.
Okay, that's a 3 and a 1, and I'm gonna spend a penny to re-roll it.
Good idea.
All right. That's a 4 -4, so no.
Oh my god.
No. I need my bennies to live.
You watch Stacy and Reed. You watch as a crossbow bolt flies in between you, missing Otto's head.
Fucking hell, mate.
But is there anything else you're doing on your turn?
I'm swearing and trying to find my other crossbow bolts.
Incredible. It is an action to reload that crossbow.
It is indeed, yes.
Great. That is the end of your turn. Richie, you're up.
Okay. All right. Richie, who prior to about 30 seconds ago was fast asleep recovering from his run, hears this explosion and commotion, has that moment of, oh shit, oh god, my body, kind of rallies himself and comes outside. What I'm assuming what I can see, what you've described with Bud, is I can see fire. I can maybe see Otto, but I
don't think you can see the horde of the dead, but I think it's reasonable for you to have heard someone yelling "horde coming."
Also, Kalani came back, right? Maybe.
Kalani also came back,
So probably at the same time.
but probably about the same, like within moments of you, right? Like,
Okay, so presumably the alarm has been raised that a horde is coming. Is that fair to say?
I think that's fair to say. Yes.
Okay. I've been in this here settlement a long time. We got well, look, we got routines here for the dead coming. We got routines here for fire because, everything's built out of goddamn wood. So I think what Richie's going to do is try and, implement the procedure. So
Great.
He's immediately running out. He's shouting at all the kids, all the old people to get to the farthest away rally point from this the spot of the flames.
Great.
And he's heading over and he's going to try and so in my mind there's got to be fire break points, like bits that are made of stone, something's trying to stop it going.
Yep.
And there's got to be some kind of procedure for trying to get some water, dampen the flames. So I think Richie runs through. At one point, I presume you see an overconfident young boy armed only with a potato gun attempting to participate in this.
Yes.
And Richie just grabs it out of his hand, goes, "Get gone!" It's not nice parenting. It's survival parenting. So as he's shuffling everyone out, I'm gonna run and try and fight the fire. Basically,
Incredible. First of all, I'd like you to roll me a common knowledge check to check in about those procedures that you have.
Yeah.
And just get an understanding of what is happening here.
Yeah. 5. So
It's a hit. Hey,
yeah.
that's a hit. This is a horrible confluence of events.
Yep.
Fire, explosion. There's already, you can see a hole in the wall, which is a problem. Light and screaming are a big problem right now. Procedures for a horde are pretty different to your procedures for fire. Your procedures for a horde is lights off, everyone quiet. Let them roll past us, and it'll be fine. Now you have panic, and you have at least one zombie inside. You're right in thinking the fire is probably the number one thing to tackle. Can I get a notice roll from you right now?
Is this to do with hearing?
No, it is to do with figuring out what's happening at the hole in the wall.
Yeah. Just a 4.
Just a 4. That's still a hit. You can see that the explosion has hit one of those stone barriers, so it will burn wider than it would have otherwise. You know that there are buckets of water and sand specifically for for dampening flames. What you know at this point, I'll say, with your common knowledge and your notice roll here, if there is indeed a horde coming, it's now only a matter of time.
Yeah, I think for the moment, Rich is going to join in, presumably with some of the other kind of fit adults that are trying to deal with this. For the moment, I'm going to try and help with the fire.
Great.
Appreciating what you've said, knowing that depending on how well this goes, this might be a lost cause.
Yes. Okay, great. Roll me, I'm going to say, what do we got here? Just looking at all my skills. Oh, there's so many skills.
Survival, maybe?
That was the one I was gravitating towards as well.
I'll do an athletics to go and run and drag some,
do you know what?
buckets of sand.
Water and sand is heavy. Roll me in athletics and see if you can get the water where you need it.
Yeah. I do not.
You do not.
You've got bennies. You've got bennies.
Bennies.
You have bennies if you'd like.
Is this the time?
Yes.
It's up to you. It's up to you.
Obviously,
That's
don't.
up to you.
Save the town. Save the cheerleader.
No, you know what? I think narratively, I think the general panic that's going around, Richie's trying to get to, the point that he knows where the sand is, the water is, and it's just like swimming against the current with all of the bodies moving in every direction. And as you say, these things are not supposed to happen together, and the panic is starting. So I'm gonna fail that one.
This strikes to you obviously as like the confluence of the worst possible outcome right now. Okay, that is the end of your turn. It's now Otto's turn. As Otto is going to attempt to bite Stacy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Fucking figured.
Okay.
Wait, I'm rolling the wrong dice here. I should be rolling a D10, not a D8.
God.
Oh, no.
He's happy again.
In such a jovial way. Ooh.
What is your parry, Stacy?
I've got it as 5. I don't know if that's right.
You might have a higher parry with the weapon that you're using. They often give you a little
Parry
bonus.
is 2 plus half fighting.
Yeah.
It says here.
What is your fighting die?
10.
Oh,
So 5.
Your parry should be
plus
7.
Okay. Knew that was wrong. Fabulous. My parry is 7. Come at me, son.
7. He, unfortunately for you, rolled an 8. May I know your toughness, please?
I've got it as a 3.
That's
That's not
certainly
right.
not right.
No, that's not
Is
right.
it not?
bigger?
Are you sure?
What's your bigger?
My bigger is a D4.
Oh.
Oh.
So it's 4 then.
4.
It's
So
4.
it's 2 plus
Okay,
half
cool.
your vigor.
Oh, and then armor.
I've
Yeah,
got
got
no armor.
Okay, 4.
Okay.
Stacey.
Well, you said you were wearing a leather jacket and stuff.
Yeah, I think-
that's
I was wearing
technically-
a regular jacket. It was like, oh.
You know what? You do you. I'm gonna stop.
Yeah.
listening.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, God.
That is a 1. I'm spending a Benny.
You're going to kill us.
I spent a Benny for 3. He got 1 extra from that Joker. I'm going to do it again.
He's really trying to kill us, isn't he?
That is a 9. That is a hit and a raise as you feel teeth.
Is it a raise?
It is, because it's 4
9
and then
damage.
8.
No. It's against her toughness, not against 4.
No, but
against
the
her
toughness is 4.
Toughness is only 4. I thought
Yeah,
toughness.
yeah, 'cause it's
Sorry, I'm
2.
thinking of the parry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
sorry
really
again.
feel
Don't
my-
want Stacey to die.
No. I'm going hard against you. You should all go hard against me as well.
Yeah, and with
Now.
that, I'm going to spend a Benny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spend them bennies.
What am I rolling?
Vigor check
A bigger check,
with your
Alright.
D6.
Yeah.
Come on, lads.
and you have a -1
Right.
to this because you're elderly.
Phenomenal. So that is a 2, that is a 6. 6 explodes.
Oh,
So
God.
2, so that is an 8.
An 8.
it,
Again,
Zach.
cleared as you are not bitten.
Guys, I'm so stressed.
Both me and Liz have the similar shape. Like, what's going on?
Is Liz realizing that I'm really trying to kill you?
It's like I knew you would, and yet it still is.
And yet we're here. Yeah.
Yeah, when it's actually happening, it's awful.
Stacey, tell me how you avoid being bitten.
As Otto's head sort of careens round, and you can sort of see the teeth coming for Stacey, she's going to maneuver the handle of the axe, pull it up so he bites that instead of her.
Excellent.
And just as he does that, she just sort of whispers, "I'm so sorry, you old fuck. I didn't realise this was going to happen. Fucking hell."
Incredible. That is the end of Otto's turn, and we're over to Richie.
Read.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. We're over to Reed.
I was just like,
I've done it.
I've not moved at all in this turn. No. I
Just
a lot
standing
has
there
happened.
paralyzed.
It's like paralyzed with fear. So obviously a lot is happening. There's a lot of overwhelm. There's the fire, the smell of like people's fear, and the shout of horde. And just Reed's heart obviously sinks anyway, thinking it was the end, and then an amazing woman out of the flame just came. changed their whole world view. Margaret, the person I spoke to last session, is bedbound.
Yes, she is.
So I will see Stacey and I was like, thank you. And I would like to use my common bond, which is a social edge, where basically if I say something to someone, like give them sort of gratitude, I can give them my bennies. So if possible, I'd like to give Stacey at least one of my bennies just to
Great.
help, because they might need that. And then I'm going to
Nice.
turn tail and run to where Margaret is. I don't know what I'm going to do when I get there, but I'm just going to
Great.
try and find her.
You've not taken. Is that an action to do, or is that a free thing? Just whenever you.
It's a social edge, is what the thing is. I'll read it out. A character with this edge may freely give their bennies to any
Freely.
other character they can communicate with. They should explain what
and
form it
speaking
takes.
is a free action, so
Yeah.
absolutely. You run into the bedbound area. I'd love a notice roll, please.
Oh, no. She's totally dead. A notice roll? Okay.
You
That's,
notice she's got
D6.
better. She's fine.
She's got better. She's fine.
She has
Ooh.
also a big axe
up and
and is
about.
fighting.
Yeah, she's just from her bed. So
great.
obviously it's a D6 and obviously a wild die. They both explode, which is quite nice.
Wow.
Get it.
Oh, explode again on one of the dice.
Yeah, come on.
Wow.
17 on the notice roll.
Yo.
That's a lot.
That's a really high roll to notice stuff that's really sad.
Yeah, that's what I think. I didn't build this character for combat. I created them for the field. So let's go.
neither.
You arrive in the room. You see a man who you assume to be the Richard that Margaret was talking about earlier, shambling in the room, already clearly turned with a bright red bite on his neck. And you see a woman who you assume to be the Darlene that Margaret was talking about earlier, knelt over Margaret, who clearly put up an attempted fight, biting her as well.
How the fuck did they get in?
Oh, that's a question, isn't it?
Oh, I mean, it was Eunice. It was this priest guy.
Yeah, has to be.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to do something very stupid. Can I see
Margaret, by the way, is screaming. She's not a
Oh,
zombie
she's not
yet.
dead.
Oh,
No,
Jesus.
this is even
Not
worse.
dead yet.
No.
This is even worse. Fuck. I've also, because that's the thing, I'm a pacifist as well, so only in self-defense do I fight. I'm
They'll be dealt into initiative.
Oh, fuck.
You got it.
You can fight not humans, just
Yeah,
as
I know.
rules wise. But
Yeah.
you and your god is a different matter. But like, yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like for Reed, these people will be super fresh, right? Like these aren't like shambling corpses. These are the faces of the people who were human today,
Yeah.
right?
Running to fight another day is always valid.
I'm just gonna go with my gut instinct. I can see Margaret. She's screaming. Can I see her Bible?
Yes, you can.
I'm gonna take the Bible and run.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Okay, great. Thank you for that.
Just
can I get an
a little old
athletics?
lady.
Can I get an athletics check, please?
Sure. That is a 4. That's just a 4.
Incredible. You see that this book splattered in the blood of an elderly woman.
Yep.
You grab it and you run. Next up, we've got a 5 here. Who's that for? Is that for the dead? That's for the dead!
Yep.
Incredible!
So happy you're happy. Zach. So stressed.
Cool.
You watch as through the hole in the wall where people are attempting to salvage something near where you are, Richie. 3 zombies run in and attempt to pounce on others. I think one of them is going for Richie. The rest of them, I think I'm just going to make quick rolls for them to see how successful they are. I'm not going to do a big roll off here. These are extras fighting extras, but still worth following here. Yep, you see 2 people are immediately thrashed. Richie, what is your parry?
2.
I'm sorry.
That's a hit. That is a hit on 2. We're gonna roll the strength here for this. What is your toughness?
6.
Okay.
You're not hit.
But remember, we need to be very specifically asking Zach, where is this hit going to
That's
be?
true.
Because
Yes,
we all have
they-
like leg armor and
Yeah.
torso
Yeah.
and head
Yes.
or whatever. Like, yeah.
It's 6 on the clothed bits.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're biting my face, there's only so
Just
much I
remember
can do.
remember to always jam your most armored limbs into zombies' mouths.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah. How do you avoid this bite as it comes in?
In the crowd of people, it turns into just a really graceless wrestle. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Richie, who's actually probably better versed than a lot of people about dealing with this, because he
Yes.
has encountered not necessarily a horde, but like one-on-one out in his runs. Yeah, what Pip has just said, the kind of voice, the sage voice floats in his head, which is jam your armored bits towards the zombie. So I think
Jam your bits.
Yeah, there's a graceless wrestle, and Richie kind of ends up getting the thing to the ground and shoving his boot as close to the bitey teeth as he can.
Excellent. Congratulations for making it another round, everyone. Stacy,
Thank you.
it's your turn.
Oh,
Again.
right. Okay. So, in the last attack, Stacy yelled to Eli, "Go get Kevin." Kevin is the pet name for her chainsaw.
Right.
I did wonder what that was.
Right.
please tell me that's like an ex-boyfriend or,
Yeah.
or like a...
Oh, no, it's a little bit more sad than that.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm so sorry.
No, don't worry. We can talk about this later if I survive.
If we live.
Yeah, well,
Has Eli come back with Kevin?
Yeah, let me roll for
Phenomenal.
Eli. What do I think Eli has in his agility? I think he's probably got a D8 in agility, which I just rolled a 7 in. Yes, he has been able to grab your chainsaw and return.
Phenomenal.
Stacy, I got Kevin.
As Otto is sort of biting onto the handle of the axe, she'll sort of spin her head back, fix Eli with a glare and just be like, get the others to safety, defend them, move them back to the camp through one of the exit routes. Don't come forward. Just go.
Okay.
And then with that, she's going to try and drive the axe down further into Otto's torso. Well, actually, just because the axe, it's already sort of embedded in him, she's just going to keep sort of asserting pressure and like pushing it down.
Roll me it. You only need to hit one wound here. His parry is 6.
Right. Oh, that's not good. That's a 4.
Yeah, unfortunately, you attempt this, but he is strong.
I did give you a Benny.
Yeah, I'm gonna use that Benny, and we'll go
Absolutely, Benny.
Because I think you need it.
Benny
I
up,
think you
son,
need it
Benny
too.
I
up.
bravely ran away so you could use that.
All right, that's a 6. That's a 6. Does that hit?
A 6 hits. Am I right? It meets it, beats it, right, Pip?
On the parry, yes, that's right.
Yes.
Phenomenal. All right, so we've used that Benny to hit, and then it is a.
Come on.
Is this a cool shot to the head? Because then it would be a -4. I'm so sorry.
It wasn't called to the head. Well, the axe is already in there, so I've already hit. It's just going.
I think you're just
further,
trying
I
to
guess?
keep
Oh,
going.
I like
Yeah.
that, Zach. How generous are you feeling?
Yeah, I do too. I'm going to leave it.
You put the axe in
Phenomenal.
place, right? You don't have
Yeah,
to put
I'm
it.
going to leave it.
That's dope. I like that. That's generous of you.
Right.
And it makes
Add
sense.
all of these together.
Look, I'm trying really hard to kill you, but I also want to be nice.
You are trying pretty hard to kill us, to be fair.
So that is 11, 5, and a 1. So 17 total.
How do you do it? There's no world in which he could even Benny his way out of that much damage.
Phenomenal.
Great.
Her hands are trembling. She doesn't want to kill a friend, but she's had to do this so many times. And she just with a scream ripped from the top of her lungs brings the axe through and severs his head.
Incredible. What a horrific sight. We are back up at the top of the round, as I'm going to now, after that Joker, shuffle the deck.
Okie dokie.
Who's going when?
Let's find out. This is honestly the really fun bit of this game, which is that you have no idea how you're going to draw. I really love a dynamic initiative system. I think it adds a lot of tension to things. We're going to go around my call. We're going to start with Reed. You get 2 and get the lowest. Is that right?
Sadly,
You
yes.
draw,
Oh no, was it a Joker?
5 and a 2. You get a 2 of clubs.
Okay, I'll take that.
Was that spades or clubs?
Spades. Sorry, excuse me.
So it's the best 2 you could have got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
That'll help.
That will help me.
It might.
in
It
ties.
genuinely could.
Richie,
Yeah.
a king of hearts.
Yeah.
I am. Thank you.
Stacy,
Hello.
a 3 of
Oh,
spades.
for fuck's sake.
Hope, a 4 of clubs.
Not bad.
Ooh,
Woo.
Bud,
Today, lads.
come on.
a 3 of diamonds.
That's good for me.
God.
That's good
That
for me.
goes after the 3 of spades that Stacy had.
Guys.
Eunice, Joker. Sorry.
That's
no,
a jack.
Okay.
Eunice,
That's a jack.
Jack.
That's a jack, Zach.
Jack of hearts. Sorry.
You're a joker, Zach.
Get out of this call.
Sorry, I'm doing all the things at once.
I know.
No,
you're
it's
doing
fine.
great,
It's
you're
fine.
doing great.
Oh,
The dead.
Oh,
He's
don't.
making a face.
You
A
don't.
jack
You-
of spades.
That's
Okay, now would be the time for me to point out that one can spend, before anyone's taken any actions this turn, one can spend a Benny to redraw your initiative card.
Would you like to?
just checking. Like, if we spend a Benny, do we get him back at the beginning?
Per session is usually how it works.
If we do cool stuff, Zach might be benevolent and reward us, but
Zach is also-
he's enjoying
yeah.
trying to kill us.
Yeah, so it's-
Got
I
you.
will be giving up more bennies, but not until after this combat.
Okay, thanks.
Got
buddy.
you. I'd like to spend a Benny because I don't like that Free. Me and Freeze don't get on.
Incredible.
Stacey's suspicious.
That is the 3 of spades that we're going to remove, and I'm going to draw again.
Go for it.
You draw. Holy shit. If that
What do I
wasn't
get?
worth it. An ace.
Oh, yeah.
Nice work.
Yes.
Hot
Let's go.
damn.
So the dead and Eunice are going before us right now.
Correct.
Well, you guys.
Well, before
Yeah. I'm gonna have to spend a penny. I'm
Okay, you drew the
Yeah.
3 of clubs. 4 of clubs, is that right?
yeah.
Great. We remove the 4 of clubs, and you draw the 7 of spades.
Okay.
So
Okay.
functionally, the same initiative.
Wait, what?
You
we're
go.
in
I put it back in the same place.
Okay.
It's all good. Do not worry.
Is anyone
it's
else
fine.
bennying?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm not.
First up in the initiative,
Yup.
Stacy.
Come on.
Stacey?
Save us all,
Save us
Stacey.
all.
Stacy, you watch as Eli kind of has yelled out to everyone, is like, follow me, and starts to kind of round people up. You see, you're not even going to need to roll for this. You hear screams and the whines and moans of the dead coming from further in the camp. What are you doing? Fire is spreading.
From common knowledge, would I know? I've told Eli to get to the exit route. I'm assuming he knows which is the closest one, and I'm assuming that there's a couple built into the camp for exact scenarios like this.
For sure.
Whereabouts? Do I know, sort of in my head, where the nearest one is?
If you are in the town square, you
Yep.
know that there is one kind of probably about a turn away due north.
North, right. And from where I am, can I see Hope, Richie, Bud, and I know Reed's gone
You can
off to-
absolutely see Reed because he's popped out of the infirmed area. He will be within the town square now again. Richie, I think you can see towards the far end of camp, having just deflected a blow.
I'm running in screaming, right?
Hope is
so-
running screaming, is pretty visible. Bud, where are you at?
I'm basically close to where the gate blew up, or at least between it and wherever I'm sort of imagining my little yard thing being relatively central, at least to this
Yeah, I
part.
would
So
agree.
I shot at the zombie that Stacy was fighting, so Stacy would be able
That's
to
true.
see me, like would have line of sight on me.
Yes.
You're all visible to each other right now.
Hey.
Richie is actively engaged.
Oh, congratulations! Damn it!
And that King of Hearts.
You guys.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Right. So Hope and Richie are in trouble.
Yes.
She's going to yell over to Bud, get him to the north exit point. We can't fight here. It's gone. It's just gone. And with that, she's going to run to Hope and try and, I guess, attack whatever's hurting her. And basically, or actually, no, it would make more sense for her to just sort of like pull her out of the way and towards one of the exit points.
What you see, I'm not going to make you roll a notice roll for this, is a man dressed as a priest who is pulled back now that Hope is not dragging him along, who is actively pulling out a pistol.
Oh,
Not
fuck
very
that.
holy.
I turn around. I'm like literally like, Stacy is he's the one who. Oh shit!
Yeah, you see Otto dead on the ground, having clearly been turned into a zombie. Screams, fire, pandemonium, the dead.
All right. In which case, then, can Stacy, like, just hearing Hope go, he did it. Stacy's going to believe the baby because they've raised Hope together
Yeah.
from when she first came to camp, and they taught Hope to always tell the truth because it matters out here. And she goes, "This guy did it." Stacy doesn't hesitate and just brings the axe down, and assuming that he is prone as well and cannot.
No,
move.
he's not prone right
He's
now.
not prone. All right.
He will be.
It'd be a -4 if I tried. I'm gonna try and cut the pistol out of his hand with the axe. That is a call-
Jeebus Creebus. Okay, that's going to be a called shot.
Yeah, that's a call shot.
But it's to the
Can
hands.
someone tell me what the
so I think
minus
this
is on
minus
called shot for
2.
hands?
I think
Okay,
it's -2 for
-2.
hands.
-2.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that is an 11. So a 9.
What's his parry, Zach?
Not 9.
No.
Not 9.
Doesn't have any armor. Doesn't have
it's
a
a
glove
hit.
or something.
It's a hit, not a raise.
I'll take it. All right. So
Come on, Stacey.
So yeah. So that is a 9, a 3, and a 6. 6 doesn't explode, it's on the d8. So 15, 16, 17, 18.
Take his hands.
I would like to take his hands off.
You did an 18, which is... That's a hit and 2 raises, which is shaken and 2 wounds.
Yeah, 2 wounds.
You take his hand. Tell me what this looks like.
Again, as Hope just says, he did it. Actually, Hope, say it again.
Stacey, it's him. He did it. He's the one
I got you, kid.
Yeah.
And over again from these beautiful, old, powerful shoulders that have no hesitation in them, she comes down onto the hands of this priest. I would love to cut it clean off.
Yeah.
If that's possible. Phenomenal.
Absolutely.
The hand with the pistol in it, and it goes flying. She's gonna look up at Hope and just be like, the others are heading to the exit, north side, go, run. And if you can, grab my go bag. We're gonna need it.
Yours and mine. Cool.
Incredible. You run away from Eunice and head towards the exits. Obviously, you will need to move on your turn, Hope, but that's absolutely fine. Jesus Christ.
Sick as hell.
Wow.
Next
as
up
hell.
are King of Hearts.
Yeah.
You're actively being attacked by a zombie.
Yeah.
And you hear the yells of, it's gone, this way, we're leaving, those sorts of things.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Richie's not a fighter, really. If the call's been made that this is lost, he's going to try and get away. But I appreciate that I'm engaged.
Yes.
You would like to escape from the zombie, but you're engaged in melee with it. You could shove it away from you and then run, and it would not get to opportunity.
What a
attack
great
you.
idea. That's exactly what I'd like to do.
What is your strength or athletics?
I understand that a grapple is an opposed athletics check. Is that correct?
Well, this is a push, which is strength or athletics. It's up to you.
If I could use athletics, I would be delighted.
So it's strength or athletics, opposed, and then and they have to succeed to avoid falling prone.
Yeah.
And if Liz raises on this roll, Zach, your opposition roll will be at a -2.
Great.
So I'm just trying to shove it. Oh, and if I succeed, I've got cool ideas.
And I'm rolling opposed athletics. Is that right?
That's right. Whatever Liz chose. But
athletics,
remember,
please.
remember there'll be a -2 if Liz raises.
Great.
Oh, that's an explosion. Ooh. That's a hit and a raise. It's an 8.
Great. 3.
Okay. So if you'll allow me,
Yes.
in the spirit of the zombie genre, I think there's this undignified Scrabble. Richie with his boot trying to keep this zombie down. It's grabbing him, and he manages to stand up, get one good shove on this thing, and manages to shove it back right into the splintered, flaming timbers of the wall, where it just
Absolutely.
impales the middle of it, still wheezing and clawing at anything
Yes.
that comes within range.
Absolutely.
And Richie legs it.
You run. You can get to where Stacy and Hope are right now. Okay?
Yeah, I think if they've been calling for let's get out
And
of
Eli's there with Kevin.
here. Yeah, I'll head in that direction.
Incredible. That's the end of your turn. What are you saying to each other?
I don't know what else to do.
We run. That's what we do.
Damn it.
Get out of here. Go to the north. I can hold them off. Just go.
No, Stacey, you too. Come on, please.
Come on, no, we all gotta leave. We all gotta leave. Everyone to the north.
Yeah, I think Hope's gonna say, if you don't come, I'm not going.
She's moving backwards slowly, but she is.
It's not a time for a discussion, ladies. Come on.
All right.
Follow the running dilf.
I dilf my way dilfily to the
Truly the king of all of our hearts.
Yes, roll persuasion.
Richie, please. I'm swooning.
attractive.
I can't run when I swoon.
God, those calves, my God.
I'm so stringy. I'm just such a stringy little man.
That man can run so many fucking marathons.
He's always wearing one of those silver blankets.
Reed, what is your parry?
It's great. Reed's got amazing parry. Reed's the best of us.
Thanks, buddy.
I'm all right. I did look it up. It is a parry of 2.
Oh yeah, no.
That is a hit and a raise. What does that translate to, Pip?
When you raise on an attack roll, you get an extra d6 of damage.
Great, thank you.
And that is not per raise. That's only... So if you'd raised 4 times, Zach, you'd
It's
still
just an
only get
extra
1
one.
d6.
Yeah.
You don't just
Great.
keep getting d6s.
Because that would be upsetting.
It would. I mean, look, it's still bad.
Yeah.
Well, it would be if I didn't just roll a 1 and a 2.
Yeah.
But that's fine because I get another attack,
Oh,
on which I roll a 1.
Is that because there's more than one zombie?
Yes.
Are they ganging up on Reed?
Yes.
Have you looked at the rules for that?
No. What are the rules for that?
Oh, God.
Tactics.
divine intervention. God comes in and just smites the zombie.
And I'm like, oh my god, I have been saved. Don't bully my son.
You levitate. We're all forgiven of our sins. It's all.
Go to heaven.
We're all raptured.
Pass go. Collect your £100.
Ganging up, +1 fighting per additional adjacent attacker to a maximum of +4.
So technically that would have counted for the first zombie, but I don't know if that would have made a difference.
Unfortunately, that doesn't make a difference because, that just doesn't make any kind of difference because that would still be a 2. Reed, you see as Richard and Darlene, the 2 older infirmed patients, now turn to the dead, lunge for you as you leave this place. You manage to skirt out of the way because I can't roll today, and I'm trying so hard.
Thank you.
It's because I'm a weedy coward. It's fine.
Stringy men and buff women. That's all we have.
That's okay.
What a great apocalypse.
What a great apocalypse.
I want to live there.
Unfortunately for Eunice, the dead act before him.
Yeah. Oh, perfect comeuppance. This is good.
As
This is
you
what I
hear
wanted.
the screams.
My free action just be like, need a hand? And then,
Jesus Christ.
okay, no time for quipping either. Come on. I got one quip in me. I get 1, Richie. We said about this.
As you hear a horde of the dead roll over him and tear him apart. Unfortunately for you, that means they come to you as well. As you see through the gap, at least 5 zombies pour in. If you're not out of here this round, that will continue adding 5 zombies per round, okay?
Are people turning in the settlement as well?
And people who are being bitten are being actively turned as well. But this is the horde.
Yeah.
This is
Okay.
the horde.
Just again setting the visuals.
As you see people being pounced on. Now, I'm not going to have all 5 of these attack you. They're going to attack random passersby as well. But let's see how many of them they are. Let's roll a notice roll for these zombies, shall we? A collective notice roll for all of them. Oh. That's an 11. So I think only one of them is going to go for others. And I think seeing as I've said that Stacy, Hope, and Richie are all in the same area, you are all going to be attacked by these zombies. We're going to have 2 on Stacy and 1 each on Hope and Richie.
What if there was 2 on me because I just yelled a quip?
And you were closest to the...
to Eunice on the ground, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. I will let you absorb that. Now, you're lucky these are stock zombies, so they don't roll as high as Otto did. They don't have bennies. But there are a lot of them. It is going to be a 5 versus Stacy's parry.
Does not hit.
Does not hit. Nice. Incredible. Does a 9 hit you with this ganging up roll?
9 hits.
9 hits you. Oh no, because it's all on one target.
Yeah, it would have to be on the same target.
So no, it just is. It is that 5. I
can take it.
5 on Hope's parry.
Doesn't hit me.
Doesn't hit you. Incredible.
Fucking frontliners right here.
Yeah. Kick it back.
Big, muscly women. Yes.
Get back, Richie, get back.
Yeah. She cowers behind them.
Your parry is 2, is that right, Richie?
Yes.
That is a hit and a raise as I roll a 7.
Richie's got bennies.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to roll your toughness here. What is your toughness?
Well, 6 on the clothes bits.
6 on the clothed bits.
Are they biting my naked parts, Zach?
Now, do I get bennies? Does Zach get bennies?
Zach doesn't just get to give himself bennies.
Okay, no, I'm just
Be
checking.
rough.
But at the beginning of the game, Zach, you get a benny per player. That is
Yeah, so
how you start the
You've got
game.
4.
And
Oh.
I will say also, wildcard NPCs get their own bennies.
Yes,
Yeah.
which is how I've been treating it.
Auto.
I was checking if I had GM bennies, so I get 5 bennies at the start of the session.
Yeah, and also you got that Joker earlier, so that would have added 1 for you also.
Oh,
So 5.
God.
This is awful,
wow.
guys.
Yeah, I'm really sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna roll that again.
No, wait, so you have 6 because there's 5 of us.
He spent
Yeah,
some.
no, I
He's
know.
been
There's 5,
spending
yes,
them.
you're right.
Yeah, spent a few.
So yeah, I didn't include myself in that player count because I was like, yeah. 'cause I'm-
Remind me of your toughness, Richie.
6 in my clothes bits.
I hit a 6
Boo.
Okay.
as you are shaken.
Is that a
Okay.
bite or is that just some damage?
That is not yet a bite.
Okay.
You're now shaken, which makes it much easier for me to get you to a wound, which is where a bite is.
Okay.
Do you want to shake that, Richie?
The way that Shaken works is any damage now incurred goes straight into wounds.
Okay.
And at the top of your next turn, you will have an opportunity to unshake. While you're shaken, all you can do is move. You can't do anything else. And at any time, you can spend a Benny to unshake. So if it looks like Zach's going to attack you, you could just be like, okay, Benny spent, I unshake.
Okay.
Get out of the way.
But if you're doing it on your turn, there is a roll to
Okay.
see if you unshake without needing to do that. A success on that roll will unshake you, and then you can only move on that turn. And a success with a raise gives you your whole turn back. Sorry,
Okay.
I know
Okay.
that's
No, thank
rules.
you.
I'm on what am I
okay.
rolling, so I'm doing more rule stuff
No,
than usual.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like,
Thank you.
Very helpful.
it's going to happen to all of us. So
Yeah.
That's true.
In which case, if I can spend this when I need to, I will hold my Benny for the moment because
Okay.
I think only one zombie is trying to bite me.
That's
at the
correct.
Second, so I'll wait till another one turns up, as they inevitably will.
So another attack on me. Thank you, sir. I would like another.
That is a 15 against your parry, Hope.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
That hits, so now I get an extra d6 of damage. Is that right?
Yeah, you do. You're a bad man.
Oh! What a face he just made.
yeah,
Uh-oh.
what a
What have you
reaction.
done?
Uh-oh.
Zach, what have you done?
Oh no, he's gasping.
It's either
He's-
really good or really bad.
It's that if
No,
he
no,
rolled
no.
low, he wouldn't be shocked.
No.
So that is 20 versus your toughness.
No.
Yeah, no, that.
So that
yeah, that's,
yeah. You got
So-
any bennies left? Oh no.
You have no bennies left.
Reed, can you give
I
a
can
Benny
shout
to Hope?
across. I'll be like, I'm running out and I just see this. I was like, be strong and courageous. Do not fear them or be terrified because of them. For our Lord goes with you and will never leave you or forsake you. As I'm running away.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for that, God Squad. Big
Full
fan.
Doppler
If it keeps
effect.
me alive,
as
then
you-
fine.
I don't know if that counts.
Damn it.
Oh.
What is your toughness?
6.
6. So 6, 20, that's 14. So hit 2 raises. So that's shaken to 2 wounds. You're absolutely getting bitten here. Now, we have a decision to make.
Mm.
Where are you going to be bitten? Now, I'm going to be very kind, and I'm going to make this a dice roll. You have 4 limbs and a neck.
Oh, God.
On a 1 to 2, your neck will be bitten.
Okay.
On a 3, your left arm. On a 4, your right arm. And the same order for your
5, 6,
legs.
right. Yeah.
Okay. I'm rolling the d6 now. That is a 6. That is your right leg.
She's a fucking runner.
Yeah.
As you are avoided by the first zombie, you move out of the way as you feel yourself trip over a zombie that has fallen as it was coming through, and without a moment to react, you feel their teeth sink deep into the flesh of your leg. You take 2 wounds and are shaken. Yeah. You are also now infected by the zombie virus. And I will read the rules now. Upon a successful bite, which is 1 wound, you are instantly infected with the zombie virus if the bitten area is not successfully amputated with a strength check in D6 rounds, 3 rounds. You will begin turning into a zombie. Okay?
Okay.
That's where we're going to stop on those rules. They go further down. Excellent.
We got a chainsaw. We'll be fine.
Free action to just like distraught, yelling up at Stacy, just like chop it off, do it.
Let's see what happens. We've got a 7 of spades here. Who's up?
Oh, it's me.
That's you. Well, first of all, you're actively engaged with 2 zombies.
God. Fuck. One is super zombie, apparently.
Well, it just
Lucky zombie.
It exploded on both of its damage dice. I rolled a 6 and an 8.
Yeah.
Because I raised earlier. Yeah.
I knew I shouldn't have. I was so torn about using my Benny to do the thing, but here we are. Is what it is. It's all right. I got a backup.
Yeah.
You've made Zach very happy if it's any consolation.
He wanted to do
it's
this.
okay.
It is a shame
It's one
that it
step
has happened
closer
to, you.
to your backup character, you know?
That's true.
And really, that's who we're all here to see.
Yeah, absolutely. Not this character who I made super attractive and loves to flip, and now you've taken away her means to flip.
Too hot to
absolutely.
live.
Too hot. It's all right. Sorry. 30 years she's managed to get through, but now, okay. All right.
What are you doing?
What to do? Well, you said I'm on the ground, right?
Well, I think there is one on the ground that has bitten your leg. I don't think I did a mechanical fall for you. I don't think that's fair.
Then I'll try and shove them back like Richie did, or
Yes,
Reed did?
that's fine. But there are 2. One on the ground that is prone, and one in front of you that is attacking you.
Then I will shove that one, I suppose.
Roll me in athletics here.
Oh, now?
Yeah, yes, Pip.
Wound levels incur minuses.
That's a good point.
Oh, that's okay.
It's a -2 that you're making this roll at because you are wounded.
Cool. I exploded on both of them, so that's nice.
Great.
Come on.
Excellent. What is the total?
Okay.
Come on.
Then we'll go with 13.
13.
Keep a sum.
I'm going to roll the athletics for that zombie. It's a 1.
Oh, wait, minus. So 11. Okay.
Yep.
Yes.
You knock this other zombie that is head on facing you. I think because the other one is prone, you can reasonably move away from it. However, your leg is bitten.
Yeah. I've got 3 rounds to deal with it.
You have 3 rounds, yeah. I also think it's very reasonable that Stacy and Richie have seen this happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's out of turn, but like Richie will open his body up like lean on me, we'll carry you out. So if you want some support, he'll help you.
The colour absolutely drains from Stacey's face, and she grips the axe and knows exactly what she has to do, and really, you can tell, does not want to do it.
Great.
Hope is just like, encouraging you. She looks you in the eye and she knows what has to happen.
You begin to move together away because you are the last on your turn. You all begin to move away. Or no, you're not. Who's got the 3 of diamonds? Who's up next?
That's me.
We've got Reed and Bud. I see. Okay, Bud, you are up next.
The horde's coming through the wall.
It is.
Everyone, Hope's just been bitten. Everyone's backing out on the retreat. And Bud is kind of standing. I'm not engaged with a zombie right now.
Yeah.
And I think the last thing that happened was Stacy like yelling to get out and that it was lost, that it was gone, that it was done. And I think what no one else sees, because everyone is very focused doing their own thing, is Bud fired the crossbow and was like, okay, we got to put the fire out and we got to and then suddenly everything is too far gone, and Stacy is saying, get out, go, it's lost, and something, little switch flips in Bud, and his eyes just kind of go a little bit dead. And I'm going to take my movement to lurch into my shack.
Yep.
Go bag is literally next to the door, so I go in and sweep it up onto my shoulder. Crossbow's on the shoulder as well. And I'm happy to do like a roll for something that happened in the past on this if you want, Zach.
Mm-hmm.
But he's gonna sort of head over to like one corner of the shack where there are like these canisters, like containers where Bud's been tinkering with things. And look, we create manure.
Yes.
And when fermented with the kind of chemicals that one gets as a runoff from creating biodiesel, that stuff can get real flammable and pretty goddamn explosive. And Bud is going to look around his shack, which is filled, as I said at the beginning, with lots of bits of metal. He is going to look around his shack and like nod grimly, pull this little like fuse off the side of one of the shelves, book of matches, light it, and then I will ignore the penalty that I would take on this because I've used my calculating edge, which is when I go low in the turn order, I can ignore 2 points of penalties. And I would like to take my full run action.
Yes.
So that's my full pace. And then I'm going to roll a d6 -1 to increase that pace because I'm old. And I get a -1 to that. So that's 5.
Yeah.
We're going to roll for this explosive.
It's a long fuse. I will say it's a long fuse.
Homebrew.
Okay.
Like this is not Bud blowing himself up. This is Bud being like, if I'm quick enough, might get out of the blast radius.
What is the skill you're hoping to roll here?
For whether my bomb is good or not.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I would say it falls under my edge, my MacGyvering edge, I would say. So repair, I would pitch, which is the sort of tinkering thing.
Okay. Do you have a pitch for me of what success looks like here?
To me, what success looks like, we are falling back and we cope, because I'm imagining Bud Shack is not next to the wall where the horde is coming in, but close enough to it that as we pull back, I know we're going to have zombies on us regardless, but maybe the horde, the next sort of layer of the horde is hit by whatever my shack blowing up is going to be. And also, I'm aware there might even be other survivors in the blast radius. I get that, but Stacy pushed the big red button and said it's done, we go, so we go. Yeah,
great.
So I would like to roll repair to see if my bomb is good.
Here's what I'm going to tell you. If you crit fail, it's going off now.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Like,
if you fail, you have a round.
Okay.
And you will probably all be in the blast radius to some extent. If you hit, you get 2. And every raise you get beyond, you get more rounds.
Sweet.
Oh, just keep exploding for infinity.
I got a couple bennies left, and I've got a D10 in repair. So that's a D10 plus a D6. Well, not plus, but as well as.
Yeah.
I love some Jeopardy. Go for it.
All right, here we go.
Do it.
Oh, nice.
Zach's really trying to kill you, huh?
Oh, yeah.
That's an 8, so hit raise.
8 hit raise. Okay. Incredible. You now have 3 rounds until this goes off. You run, and I think if you're happy, if there's nothing else you want to do, you make it to where Stacy, Hope, and Richie are. Reed is elsewhere.
Reed's pissing himself a little ways away.
I'm running.
What I'll say, given that I did a lot of moving and I've rolled my running dice, so if you want to like dash, like double dash, like one would spend one's bonus action in D&D to do a double move. In Savage Worlds, when you do that, you roll a dice. And you go that extra amount of squares. We're not playing with squares, but that's how it works. I roll a d6 -1 for my running dice because I'm elderly. I've rolled a 1 on my running dice, -1, which is nothing. So, Zach, if you would like me, I think I'm not at them yet.
No, I agree. Cool. And I think
I'm running. I'm trying to get there, but I'm old and slow.
Roll me a notice roll again,
For
also,
sure.
because there's going to be zombies flooding this place.
Yep.
If you roll well, if you hit, I'm not going to make you do anything. Not going to make you have an attack here.
I've hit, so 4.
Great, fine. You successfully avoid any of the dead. I think you're going to need to spend they will be out of the exit next turn, you will need to spend your movement to get there.
Cool. Like Bud is just sort of like lumbering with the quite heavy looking backpack towards you guys, and is just like, go.
Reed,
I'm just booking it. right
you
into
are
the
currently
forest,
engaged
yeah.
by 2 zombies.
Oh, I was. Yes,
I
that's
might
true.
get you to do a fear check, actually. I
Ooh,
think.
Yeah.
Because technically, I also do have brave. So
Oh, do you know what? Roll me a fear check.
Could have fooled me.
As you see, I think you understand the implications. Bud is running. It's lost. An explosion's coming. The dead are streaming in.
Absolutely.
Roll me a fear check, which is a spirit roll.
Oh, it's a spirit roll. Okay, that's not
Dead streaming in. Hey, what's up, you guys? I'm here at the compound. We're just taking over.
Oh my god.
Shout out to our sponsors, Brains.
You know it. You love it.
Okay, with my brave, it is a 12.
Okay, that's incredible. It's just a successful spirit roll to not be afraid. Is that right, Pip? That's my understanding.
Yes, I believe so. Yes, certain creatures can incur minuses to your roll
I don't
if
think
they're
this
particularly
incurs-
frightening. But yeah,
I don't think it will matter with a 12. That's an incredible roll. You pull yourself together. This is not the time to be afraid. What do you do?
So I have 2 of them on me, going for me. If I can see the others going, I will. I would risk the attacks and try and run and get to them, thinking, oh, safety in numbers, and like maybe somehow I can help them, even though I've not done so much so far. So if they're gonna, I don't know if I can. I don't have any weapons or anything like that really. I've got 1 knife, but I'm just gonna I'm just gonna book it and try to get to them and take any attacks of opportunity.
Okay, great. They are going to go on you again. 6 versus your parry.
Yeah, and my parry is 2.
Wild.
So that is a raise as well.
Ooh, lovely.
Have you given all your bennies away?
I've got 2 left, so it's fine.
yeah. Okay, yeah, it's gonna be fine.
So my toughness is a 6.
I rolled a 13. That is a hit and a raise.
You're okay. You soak it.
Would
Soak
you
it.
like to do
soak
a
it.
soak roll?
I'm
Would you
gonna,
like to?
Yeah, I'm going to spend 1 belly to soak it because I absolutely want to try and do that. So let me do that. So that is 1, and that is a vigor check.
That's correct.
Okay, that is okay. That's 5 on both dice. So it's a success.
Which is success.
just 1 success.
So
yeah,
you
no raise.
are shaken, but you are not wounded. Which means the only thing you can do is move.
Great. That's exactly what I would like.
You run. I think you get, because you were further away from where Bud is. You were further back than where Bud was at when he started running. I think with your unimpeded movement, you just about get to where he is. So
great.
you will spend another round to get to the exit and then leave. Okay? So that is the end of this round. That's 1. That's 1 round for the explosive.
I'm exhausted.
Yeah. I feel like I've put you in a real like Crown of Candy,
love
Devil's
it.
Bargain
love
situation.
Fucking rules.
I love zombies.
Having a great time.
This is my best day.
Right. We are going to deal again.
Come on, King of Hearts.
Read.
Yep.
7 of clubs.
And
Okay.
another one.
And a 6 of clubs.
Hooray!
So similar.
Similar. Same. Yeah. Same
Richie.
time.
9 of hearts.
Nice.
Always
Oh my
hearts.
God.
Always
I'm
hearts
sinking down now.
for Richie.
Stacy. King of Diamonds.
Let's fucking go, Sam.
Hope, a 10 of spades.
Nice.
Very
nice,
good.
Nice.
Bud,
Adrenaline's pumping in.
7 of hearts. Excellent. Now, the dead. 9 of spades, which puts it smack dab in the middle of your initiative.
Okay.
Okay? It will go before
It's not great for
whoever
old Bud.
drew the 9 of hearts.
Not great for Richie either.
Okay. First up, Stacy with the King of Diamonds.
How does one go about disengaging from zombies?
So, disengaging here is, let me just see. Pip, do you have it to hand?
I'm pretty sure there is like a,
Yeah.
like a fighting retreat kind of thing, but
Yeah.
I am
It's just shoving.
You can just shove them with an athletics.
shoving will be great for you. I mean, although you can only shove
Yeah.
one person at a time, obviously.
Yeah.
But right now she's only engaged with one.
Okay.
Yeah. My thinking, I'm not sure how it would work. What I would like to do is shove this guy.
There is a withdrawal.
Can I withdraw and pull, I don't know, 2 people with me?
Let me look
Is
at
that,
this.
is that a viable? Because it would be really great if I could.
You're just effing and
Yeah.
blinding at them, making enough noise.
Yeah.
No. That's just moving away in a fight.
I'm going to give you an option here.
Okay.
I will allow you to use your action to use your strength to pull Richie and Hope in this situation. You will have to open yourself up to an opportunity attack here.
Done.
Great.
Yeah.
I'm going to roll that now.
Okay.
Remind me what your parry is.
7.
You're clear.
Right.
Oh, so
Once-
strong.
Once Hope is bitten,
Yes.
Stacy's entire tactic changes from like, don't worry, I can hold them off. It's to, she's getting them out of here. She's getting them out of here now. And sort of leaps backwards, but these big wide hands sort of come out, shoot out and grab like a collar on Richie and Hope's shoulder, and she just drags them back. Almost cartoonishly. Just sort of flings them back and just goes, "We're going now!" And
Be gentle with me. I have an injury.
yes, and if you don't want me to slice that fucking leg off with an explosion going off in the background, then you're gonna run with what you've got now, son! And just is going for it.
Come on, lean on me. Come on, quick. Let's go. Come on.
What I'm going to say right now is that roll, that will essentially give you, because Jess has sacrificed her action to get you moving, I will let you out of the settlement on your turns. You will all, by the end of this round, successfully have left the settlement, okay?
Fucking A. Right.
Thank you, Stacey.
That's good.
If you spend your movements running and your actions, if that's all you do.
Oh, yeah.
That is what Stacy, the only thing Stacy's going to do aside from that is while they are running, her go bag is near, she's got a go bag essentially in her head because she's been here for, I want to say like pretty much since she landed in Washington from coming from overseas and I'm trekking all the way across America. She's been here in this camp.
Yes.
She's built it up from the ground. She has
Great.
a go bag at every single exit. She has
my
something
God.
ready to go. She's prepared. She knows if worst comes to worst, she wants to get as many people out and be as prepared as possible. So there's something there. So whichever exit they're going towards, Stacy's ready to stand to the last and to get everyone out. So she's going to try and grab that go bag and head on out.
Incredible. You run, you see all around you. The fire is catching further. This place is going up in smoke. People are running. People are scrambling out. Every secure exit is being torn at by either zombies or people attempting to flee. Everyone is spreading in every other direction. Next up is going to be with the 10 of spades. It is Hope. Hope, what are you doing? You have 2 rounds, including this one left, to amputate your leg or roll the vigor check to see when you'll become a zombie. Not if, when.
Right. Yeah, well, I have to run to get out of here first. Cool. I run. I've -2 to my pace now.
Yes. And you also have a -2 because you are wounded twice.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I'll run as hard and fast as I can. Oh, I have a question though.
Yes.
Zach. So, I was bitten,
Yes.
obviously. Where on my leg was I bitten?
I'm going to say below the knee.
Sick. That's fine. That's fine. I don't need that. All right.
Now, I go after you in the initiative. Like, well, you're a 10, I'm a 9, but I believe there are some zombies in between us, so
That's
might
correct.
not be possible. I see there's something here called ally support. I would happily use my turn helping you move because of
Yes.
my loyal hindrance. But I don't know if that works in the turn order or anything.
Roll me in
but-
athletics. I'll let you do it.
Okay.
I think if we're working together, if possible, Zach, can we coordinate it so that we leg it as fast as we can out of here? And then I'm going to ask whoever, Stacy or whoever is with me, I'm going to be like, as soon as we get out of here, I'm going to get on the ground and you're going to chop my leg off, okay? Just under the knee, okay?
You,
Cool,
you
we're
can
good?
coordinate
Yep.
that. You can coordinate that. That's fine. You're going to need an athletics here. Okay? We're
Yep.
going to get an assistance here from Richie. What did you roll with an athletics, Richie?
No. Sorry.
But it wasn't a critical fail, was it?
No, it was a 3 and a 2.
I would like an
I-
athletics from Hope. That is at a -4.
Richie's actually not he's athletic, but he's actually not very strong. He's a very wiry man, so I think he's
Dexterous,
he
not...
will do his best to be a support for Hope, but like I think his ambitions of carrying her athletic frame are maybe optimistic.
It might not matter because I did get a 0.
Okay. Great. You got a full 0.
I rolled a 4 on my D12 -4. Yeah.
You fall.
Okay, can I use a Benny or something?
Of course you can if you
Yes.
have them, Liz. Yeah.
Yeah,
go for
okay.
it.
Yeah.
I would like to point out, you can use a Benny to help other people that's nearby. Is that right?
No.
No, that's incorrect.
If you're making a roll, you can spend a Benny to re-roll something, but you can't. Like Fiona's character has an ability where they can give their bennies away, but that is a
Specifically, yeah.
specific edge.
Great. Unfortunately, Liz, if you spent that Benny, would need to raise 3 times to get a 4, which would be a success here. Do you want to spend that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'll try.
It's possible.
You'll try.
Hey, look.
I'm
You never know.
Come on.
I'm loyal, sorry.
I'm lawyer.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm a
loyal.
loyal lawyer.
Hi, lawyer. I'm Dad.
Hey.
So athletics, and I need, what did you say, like a 16 or something?
Yeah, so you would need to raise 3 times to get a 4.
Keep exploding. Just explode a bunch, Liz.
Just
Yeah, I'll
explode.
see.
Yeah,
Simply
just explode
explode.
'em.
No,
No.
No.
I appreciate you trying.
I'm sorry.
Hope falls.
all right.
Yeah. The dead are next.
Oh, God.
You are a target. I'm going to make... Well, actually, no. 5 more dead have now come into the initiative. There are now 10 dead. Now, hang on. I'm going to roll a notice for the original 4 that were attacking you because 1 went off somewhere else. We're going to roll a notice for them to see how many of them stay on this group. That's a 3. That's a failure. I think only 1 of them. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
The next round of 5. 10. All of them. 6. Zombies are now coming. 6 zombies are coming for Hope in this moment because specifically you are prone. I think, Richie, do you want to try and take some of that heat?
She's yelling at everyone at this point to just go.
Ah, Jesus.
In fact, I'll say she's yelling at you to go. She's kind of like scrambling back on the ground. Whoever's closest, I think, is Richie and Stacy, right?
I mean, I've already done a thing, so Zach, it's what you want to let me do. I think there's a moment where Richie's trying to hold you up, and he's struggling, and you're struggling, and you fall, and he's got you by the hand, and you're saying go, and he's looking, and he can see the zombies, and they're sprinting, and they're coming, and all he can think is to try and do the only thing he knows. And I think he's gonna look at you a second, let go of your hand, stand up and go, hey, I'm right here. Come at me then. Come at me. Fucking come at me. And he's gonna try and he's gonna try and distract him. He's gonna try and run away from Hope. And I don't know. That's all I can do.
Beautiful. Fucking yeah. Roll me fucking taunt. Roll me a taunt.
Yeah, it's an actual skill in this game.
I don't have taunt.
That's fine.
That's a D4 and a minus. That's a D4 and a minus. A -2.
I've rolled 5, so a hit plus 1.
Okay, Liz. With that 5, I will, even though technically it's not your turn, allow this. What that means now is that 6 zombies are going to attack you.
Oh, come on.
I mean, they're coming for us, right? Do I have any chance to run away, or they're just at me?
I think it's their turn, so they're just at you.
Oh, okay. That was not my
I'll let
intention,
you
but
run
I'll
on your
guess.
turn, but you will have taken some hits first.
Let's do it.
Now, let me check this up. They get a maximum of +4 here because there are 6 of them. Your parry
Yeah, is 2.
is 2. They automatically hit.
Okay. This won't potentially matter, but I know that I'm shaken as well, and I can do something to negate that, and I would otherwise roll at the start of my turn, but it's not my turn, so how do you want to
I
run
will kindly let you use a Benny.
Okay.
You can do that. That's
not
that's
kind
the
of
rules.
Zach,
The
that's
rules
the
is that you can use a Benny whenever you want to unshake.
I will unkindly remind you can use a Benny.
Yeah.
Don't claim to be kind.
We can see that you're not.
Would it be helpful to not be shaken for this?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. In which case, I'll use a Benny.
It's not going to help a lot, but
To not be shaken.
It
it'll
will.
at least give you that little bit of a buffer should they all really badly fail except one.
Is that your last Benny, Liz?
No.
Okay, great.
That's good.
I'm rolling each hit.
Yeah.
So we're going to do this together. They get a +4, so they're automatically going to hit you.
All right.
They need to roll a 2 or more in order to get 6 total.
On your toughness.
Right. Yes.
No, on your parry to raise your parry.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
So they would get
Yeah, we'll do that
additional
first. Yeah.
damage. 2. We've got 6 here.
Yep. Oh, I'm
4.
braced.
6. 2 hits and a raise, 1 hit and 2 raises. Doesn't matter how many times they raise, though.
Yeah.
2. 6. 1.
Okay.
So that means 5 of them get a d6 on this roll. So let's do this one by one. Okay.
Oh, he's made a noise.
What is your toughness?
6 where I'm clothed.
I knew I shouldn't have worn my running bikini.
You can always add a belt later.
Liz, I don't need to roll any more attacks.
Fair.
What the fuck?
Go.
Would you like to attempt to soak this before I
I'll give it a go, of course.
You can only take 3 wounds, right? Even if you're injured by multiple people, right? You can still 3 wounds is what you max out at.
Yes.
So you can still soak this.
Okay.
It's a vigor check.
Yeah.
Okay, I've basically been dealt 3 wounds, and I now have a chance
Correct.
for a vigor check, which is a D6 only.
Plus your wild die.
With your wild die.
Yeah, I explode. That's 10. 10. So,
10, so that
hit and
is-
a raise.
Yeah, that is 2 wounds
still-
erased.
Okay.
So you're dealt 1 wound immediately, so you're
Okay.
bit and shaken. Jesus Christ.
That would have killed you.
I mean, I thought I was about to be ripped apart. So.
if you
might be.
hadn't unshaken, you would have taken 3 wounds.
Okay.
Do you have another Benny?
No.
I just exploded on both dice. Liz, there is no world in which you survive the rest of these hits.
Yeah.
How would you like to die?
There's that moment. It's what it's what Stacy said. Hope's not a kid anymore, but I remember when she was. The kids are always a bit nicer to the runners. They're not so hung up on what my job means. I remember her running around the yard and coming and tapping my knees. Gosh, she was fast too. And I knew it wasn't likely, but gosh, you gotta try, right? You just gotta try. Give them a chance, the younger ones. Ain't no regrets. And I think poor Richie, there's a moment where he realizes this was always how he was going to go. There was never going to be a peaceful death. It's just that time when you realize, oh, this is the day.
And you are swarmed by 6 of the dead, and you vanish below their gnashing jaws.
I think in the cinematic view of this, like, there's no sound. There's just screaming, like, Hope is distraught and just calling for him, and then is just still desperately hoping that he will run out and do what he does best and run on out of there, but she just doesn't see him, so...
Who is up next with a 7 of hearts?
Oh, no, I think it might be me.
I think it is you.
So, Richie's just been mobbed. Hope's on the ground. What Bud would like to do is using the distraction of a bunch of zombies all eating Richie. I would like to get to Hope and try and pull her up and continue moving, basically.
Absolutely.
I'm not trying to carry her because I can't.
You're not.
I'm not strong enough to do that, but I will put an arm out and help, use my sort of, whether it's an action or a free action to like help her up and then go.
She sees you coming in and she absolutely just clings to you for dear life.
You together make it to where the exit is by the end of your turn.
Very pointedly pushing like Hope ahead of him and putting his back to the shack, not being entirely certain of when it's going to go off.
Oh. Yes. Dead last. Further back than any of you. Reed, what are you doing?
Good question. I'm torn between two things, but I think because I'm shaken as well. So actually, no, that makes it easier. I'm shaken, so therefore I'm running and I'm moving. I'm just going as quick as I can, trying to follow where the disappearing backs of these guys.
I think this is your whole turn. You make it to where Bud and Hope are now.
Okay, great.
Okay, you're all together.
And then can I shake off the shaken effect?
You may absolutely spend a Benny.
You don't have to spend a Benny if it's your turn. You get to roll a spirit roll to see if you can achieve it without
Would you
a
like
Benny,
to roll that
and then you
spirit roll?
can
That's what
spend a Benny whenever you want.
I'll try and keep this final Benny if I can.
It's useful for not dying.
Yes.
Highest was a 6.
Highest was a 6. I believe that is a hit.
Success, unless you have any minuses. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't think so. So I'm going to say
I don't
no.
believe you do.
No,
I think we'd know if you did.
Unshaken.
Great. You unshake Reed. What is it that you see that breaks you out of that stupor?
There is a sort of moment where, again, just that sort of imagery of flames, the smell, seeing this wave of just horror coming towards us, that sort of fear, and then obviously the close calls with the two elderly residents before, and then I think it's the act of Richie being just swarmed and taken, because it's so sort of, it's someone that I don't think Reed even knows that well, because Reed is definitely not a runner, and that's the thing that snaps. It's like, this is happening now, whereas before it almost Reed they almost disassociated from them body when it was happening to them, and like grabbing the Bible out of pure panic, and at this they sort of, there's a moment and they just run towards Bud and drop the Bible, and go and try and help with hope, and like just go and not say anything, just going with them, safety in numbers and all that sort of thing.
We are back up at the top of the initiative. This is the point where I would re-deal you cards. However, is anyone doing anything now that would require you to be in initiative? As each of you are now at the exit, I will say you all congregate relatively together. You've got Eli along with the rest of you. Actually, that's an interesting point. That is the next round for the explosives. You're all still within range. You need to get further out. It is also the second round for Hope's Bite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I am going to ask what you all collectively do, and that will inform whether or not we redeal right now.
Are we outside the walls?
You
point?
are essentially at the wall. You
Okay.
take a step. You can take a step either side now.
Okay. And the walls are relatively thick or not?
They're wooden spikes. They are thick tree trunks.
Palisades.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess from Bud's point of view, based on the bomb, the IED that I made of the house that I lived in,
Yes.
Bud's like smoking a pipe in there and stuff as well. Like, it's not great.
Jesus Christ.
Do I get the sensation that if we were outside the settlement but behind the wall, that the explosion would be powerful enough to breach the wall, right?
Like flatten the wall
on the
yeah.
other side, or could we take cover behind that wall, wait out the
No,
explosion?
the
and
wall
then
is
go?
coming down.
Okay, we got to go then. Then I think Bud is just like run.
Yeah,
We go,
I think
we
we're
go,
running.
we go.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
great.
would love to ask. So I'm not going to turn this round. So
When that amount of time has passed, that is the amount of time after which there is no coming back.
can I run and then my next turn chop it off?
You have another round to act.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Then
Yeah.
then we spend a round getting out of the hopefully out of the blast radius.
I would now like an athletics check from everyone.
Yeah.
She's a brute, so she can use her strength instead. Hell yeah. Give me this.
Woo!
Oh no, Reed.
That explodes. That explodes. That does not.
So did we get more bennies at all?
Not yet.
-1. Oh no! Wait. No. I don't have the minuses because I'm just on the first level of slow now, so that's fine.
You're
Okay.
still wounded.
You are wounded though.
wounded, so that takes away 2.
If it's two, if you have 2 wounds, then yeah, it is a -2.
Cool.
I heard some explosions from Stacy.
Yes.
How many raises did you get?
So I'm on 13.
13, so
from
that
the
is a
wild
hit.
die, so
And 2 raises. I will allow you to essentially force a success for Hope.
Yes.
With those.
That makes sense.
I'll take that.
That feels like Stacey's
Yeah.
USP.
So sort of Stacy sort of at the, I would say, entrance to the exit. The entrance to the exit? That sounds insane. But it's like, sort of like pulling people past, like, go, go, go. And as she sees Hope struggling, she'll like reach forward and just like throw her through, just like, go!
Reed.
I rolled snake eyes. And I can't re-roll. There's no Benny re-roll.
You can't,
Excellent.
Benny. Snake eyes. Yeah.
Now here's the choice.
Mm-hmm.
Bud,
Yes.
I think Hope and Stacy, you're spoken for right now.
Sorted. Yeah.
Bud.
Yeah.
Reed, unfortunately, falls and snags himself in this wooden thing, and he is thoroughly caught.
Mm-hmm.
He's thoroughly trapped right now. Would you like to run, or would you like to help?
What an interesting question.
Hard, isn't it?
If it makes it better, I will go, but, please. I will give you a common bond, and I will give you my last Benny. So you can have it first.
Whoa.
Oh, cool. Then I will use that to try and save you.
Cool. Okay, I hope you would leave me, but okay.
Rivalry.
If you're giving me a Benny, I'm gonna roll to try and help. What do you want me to roll? I am just gonna try and unsnag him from whatever he's snagged on.
I would just like to make just a point here.
Yep.
I think we are going to deal to see at what point in that final round the bomb goes off next round.
Yeah.
So you may get away or you may not. In which case you will absolutely be taking some damage from that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So just so you know, your choice to do this, and you will be fully aware of this, is putting yourself at risk to be caught in the blast.
No, I figured.
Yeah.
Okay. With that said, I will allow you to use repair.
Ooh. Okay.
To unhook. Use your dexterous hands to unhook Reed.
That's extremely generous. I'll take it.
Yes, it is.
This time it is. This time you are kind, Zach. Okay. All right, that's a 5 and a 2, which is a success, but I don't feel like that's good enough for me. I'm going to spend that Benny that Reed gave me, and I'm going to try and do better.
Bud, please, I don't want to die. I don't want to die. No, please.
That's a 2 and a 1, so I'm going to spend another Benny.
I left Margaret all by herself.
You're confessing your sins.
That's 2 2s, so I'm going to spend my last Benny.
Oh my
Jesus
God.
Christ.
Get out of there. Leave me. Leave him.
Nah. This is it. This is the one.
God.
I've got a D10 in repair. Like, Zach was being real kind. Like, this is it. This is the guy. Okay, so I literally rolled the same thing I rolled the first time, which was a success, but no
You're
raise.
going to take.
Great.
So I succeed.
You do. But you don't do enough raises to give yourself any kind of advantage here.
Yeah, fine.
Reed is free. Okay?
And is now your problem, so
And I think,
congratulations.
I'll free him and I'll just sort of yank him ahead of me because I know he's faster than I am.
We're on that third round now of both the bomb and of Hope's leg. Now, my expectation now is Stacy is going to remove Hope's leg. Is that right?
Yep,
If we are out of range,
If
then
you will be out of
yes.
range and you'll be doing
Cool.
that. Is that?
Yep, screaming. She's like, do
I
it.
will
do it.
not. I'm not going to deal you into initiative here. We're going to do that scene separately.
Yeah.
But know that mechanically we're working you're within bounds, okay?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
We're going to now deal to see what happens to Reed, Bud, and the bomb.
Great band name.
I'd watch that film.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're going to begin with 2 cards for Reed. Reed,
Why are you still hesitating?
you got a queen of spades
Okay.
and an ace.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, not hesitating anymore.
Okay, that's good odds.
Bud,
Come on.
you get
Yes. Yes. Do
Zach,
it, Zach.
Zach,
Go on,
Zach.
Zach.
Don't
a
Zach.
joker.
Everyone gets a
Everyone
Benny.
gets a Benny.
Yes.
Benny up, son.
Fuck yeah.
And the bomb,
I don't care. I don't care. I go before it. I don't care. I go before it.
Yeah, that's just
a
everyone.
5.
Oh my God. And +2 to our traits rolls as well. We're just booking it.
+2 to trait rolls. I will take my turn immediately.
Yes.
I would like to use taunt on Reed.
Of course.
On the bomb.
Yeah.
To encourage him to go faster. I would also take intimidation. I have the same dice in both of them.
Yes.
This is me. This is my version of giving support to an ally.
Of course.
My version of giving support to an ally is I'm right behind you, Reed, and maybe you're doing your slightly. I freed you. There's that hesitant moment, and I'm just like, move your ass, you useless son of a bitch.
Also, I do have mild mannered as a hindrance, so I do have -2 to intimidation rolls as well. Yeah. I'm just...
Incredible.
Cool. If you'd like me to roll on that, Zach, to see if it has any mechanical.
No, I
help,
think
then-
reasonably, neither of you are hindered mechanically. I think you get, with both of your turns, so luckily, falling outside, falling before the bomb, you get out of the blast radius.
I will land I think it's a full. We're running. Reed is definitely ahead of me, and then when the bomb goes off, we're flattened to the ground.
Yeah,
and I think there's this moment where Reed maybe tries to get up too early, and I'm pushing your head down as shrapnel just flies over the top of us.
Absolutely.
Hope's leg flies over the top of your head.
In a beautiful rainbow.
You all watch as the bomb bursts and the camp explodes into cinders. The dead are thrown, hoisted into the air.
Multi-kill.
You have survived. At least some of you. For now. Let's find out if the rest of you make it. Next time on What Am I Rolling? Thank you so much for being here. And thank you so much for letting me torture
Is Hope's
you.
amputation surgery gonna go well?
Oh, it's all right.
Come back next time.
You all get your bennies back,
Yay.
except for
We have
Richie, who
extra
is
full
dead.
Oh.
Thank you so much for playing, everyone. Please, can Liz be the first to give her plugs?
Liz,
the
I
noble
can't believe you.
sacrifice.
That was so cool.
Pull one out for the running DILF.
Oh, King of Hearts,
did this,
forever
Zach.
in
Like,
us.
King of our hearts forever.
Yeah.
Denied running daddy. Sorry. I've been Liz Campbell. You can find me online at Liz X Campbell, or you can find me on the podcast Realms of Peril and Glory, where I do a lot more pretending to do stuff via games. Yep. Find me there. Sorry, I'm still in shock.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah. Oh, excellent. Fiona, it's your podcast. Tell us about it.
Oh, hello. When I'm not being a coward and then also being more of a coward, a sniveling, please save me. You can find me here on What Am I Rolling, which is a twice monthly tabletop RPG one-shot podcast where we do lots of different games such as this, and obviously have guest hosts on and all that sort of thing. We also do interviews with game designers. We also do the DM's Book Club, which is a weekly book club podcast where we talk about some Dungeons & Dragons and how we can improve it and use any of that lore, any of the stuff you find interesting in any games that you want, because it's not about the system, it's about the stories that you tell. And yeah, you find us wherever you want. What Am I Rolling and the DM's Book Club, wherever you listen to podcasts. And
Next up, I think the real MVP of this episode, Jess.
Stacey.
If you think Stacey's hot and pretend, you should see me in real life.
Hell yeah.
I'm not that woman. I wish I was.
We all wish we were.
We all wish, yeah.
When I'm not busy exploding so many dice. That was so good.
So good.
I know I'm Snake Eyes in next session. I just
Nope,
but
don't
when I'm
say
not doing that, you can find me on the internet at Dr. Bees, on Twitter at Julahoop, on Instagram, because why keep things simple? When I'm not being a little goblin online, you can find me producing the incredible Three Black Halflings podcast, featuring this session's one and only Liv Kennedy, along with Jeremy Cobb and Jess William Cartwright. Incredible people. But I'll let Liv explain more about that.
Well, Liv, why don't you go next?
Sure. What a segue. Hello, I am Liv Kennedy, and I am emotionally and physically exhausted. Thank you so much, Jess, who is a wonderful producer for Three Black Halflings and is fantastic. Couldn't be without them. So Three Black Halflings, we're at number 3 Black Halflings on social medias, and we basically talk about being people of color in the TTRPG space and what that means. And we play games. We've got a really cool game coming up where you might see us playing some anthropomorphic animals. What? Who knows? So that's going to be a regular show. Very exciting. And we just discuss pop culture stuff. And if you want to hear more from me, because sometimes I do things like stream and I guest on things. So I'm at Does Dark Magic on social media. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Liv. Pip.
Well, you can find me where no.
You
check
find
out
me
my
at my
Instagram.
where I'm making explosives. By the way, sorry, I know you're doing your plugs. Do you take that walkie-talkie with you?
Yes.
He did put it in his pocket. I think I remember him sort of
Yeah,
just
I
turning it
pulled
off
the
and putting it
I pulled the
away.
batteries out.
Yeah.
And dropped it, but yes, I wouldn't have just left it on
Very
the ground.
cool.
He would have I was taking it. My thing was I was taking it to Richie to be like, "Hey, Richie, you spend a lot of time outside the camp. These symbols, what do they mean? Who are these guys again?" That was what I was going to do. There you go. Oh, everyone's even more sad now.
That's fine. It's fine.
I'll never get to roleplay with that character. So, yes, hello. Oh, Jesus. I'm Pip Gladwin. I'm also from Realms of Peril and Glory. You can find me there playing games, running games, and generally doing lots of silly voices. You can also find me in audio dramas and other such things like The Wonderful Victoriosity or yelling a lot in the background of the best audio sitcom ever written, Wooden Overcoats. Go check those things out, and you can find me at Pip_Gladwin on the site that shall not be named. And yeah, I'll likely be talking about whatever it is I got going on at the moment.
Incredible. Thank you so much for listening to What Am I Rolling? I am Zach. I've been your game master. You can find me all over the internet at ZachFG. That's ZACKFG. I am also part of the show Realms of Peril and Glory. You can find us at realmspod.com. If you like What Am I Rolling, you'll probably like what we do. We play a lot of different role-playing game systems, and we tell really exciting stories with gorgeous original music, beautiful sound design, and just, great performers. And everyone on here will have been on one thing or another on the show by the time this comes out, maybe. Asterisks.
Yeah.
If you've come here from Realms of Peril and Glory, I would like to encourage you to stay on this feed and go check out Flabbergasted, which is the game that I ran also on here with Liz and James from Realms. Fiona's also there, along with Jin Hermiston. It's just a really funny game. Honestly, I think you'll really like it. No one does role-playing game systems like What Am I Rolling? Fiona will teach you how to learn a system, god damn it. So if you ever want to play a system, you want to find out more about a system, always check this feed for what's going on, because it is honestly one of the best resources out there. So check it out. That's all I've got for you this time. Let's see how badly I killed him next time. Bye. Bye.
The What Am I Rolling podcast was created, recorded, and edited by me, Fiona Howat. This episode's players were Liv, Liz, Jess, Pip, and me, Fiona. Our special guest GM was Zach from Realms of Peril and Glory. This episode's RPG was Savage Worlds Adventure Edition, written and designed by Shane Lacey Hensley with Clint Black and published by Pinnacle Entertainment Group. You can find out more information about Savage Worlds and grab your own copy on Pinnacle Entertainment Group's website. That's peginc.com. The theme music was 8-Bit March by Twin Musicon of twinmusicon.org, licensed under a Creative Commons 4.0 license. If you want to find out more about the podcast, check out the website. That's www.wairpodcast.com. Fancy getting in touch? Email the podcast at whatamirollingpodcast@gmail.com. Finally, follow the podcast on social media. All the links are in the episode show notes, including a link to our Discord. And remember, adventurers need not apply.